What's good? It's your boy TJ Grayson, and welcome to episode 30 of the Realest Living podcast. Be sure to hit the socials for the description for all the socials, and that's for getting on the show. That's for finding the show on YouTube, TikTok, Rumble, Facebook, even all of it, and X now because it's not Twitter anymore. Um, that's pretty much it for the introduction. Um, so I'll start by introducing the guests. Both of them are first timers on the show. So, sir, if you can introduce yourself.
My name is Jason Foster. I am from Boonville. Um, very opinionated, very open minded. Excited to be here. And if you're looking for a new Corolla, please visit Carlock Toyota and support us.
All right.
I'm Santana. I'm from Baldwin. And if you know me, you know me. That's it.
All right. Well, I'll start off with a random quote, and this is just one off of the top of the dome that I hear people say sometimes. And it's one of my favorites. And the quote is I don't know who said it, but it's a mistake made more than one time is a decision. I think it's a very powerful quote.
Yeah.
So now we're going to move on to the first topic. And the first topic is called order of importance. So what I'm going to do is, and y'all can go, there's no order to how you answer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to list 5 things and I want you to put them in order of importance when it comes to the entire dating process. That means from initial all the way to the end. Okay. So the 5 categories are money, height, sex, looks, and what was it? Money, height, sex, looks, personality. So y'all say y'all's and then I'll say mine.
Personality definitely got to be number one.
Okay.
Um, Looks, money. And what was the other two?
Height and sex.
Oh, shit. Let me change that. Okay. Personality,
Okay.
money, sex, looks, and the last one, which was height.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna ask about yours after he goes.
Okay.
I'll tell mine, then I'll ask about y'all's. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So for me, it is looks, sex, personality, money, height.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. That's exactly mine. um. So obviously, I don't have any point of contention with yours, but you said personality was first over. What'd you say? You said it's over. You had looks at number 4.
Yeah.
So let me ask you a question.
Okay.
Do you care about the personality of a guy that you find ugly if he's trying to talk to you?
I mean, if your personality is what I like, I'm not big on looks.
Will you give them a chance though? Like, if because you won't know their personality when they approach you a lot of the times.
Well, if he's just a random guy and I look at him and he's not that cute, I mean, I may look at him and just don't pay him no mind. But if he come up to me and say something that's gonna make me laugh, then that's right there is gonna kind of lead the conversation.
Hmm.
But looks, I mean, I really ain't just big on looks. You ain't gotta be Denzel, but you can't be no Flavor Flav either.
I got you.
So you know,
But okay. So like, first off, I appreciate you saying money is number 2 because a lot of women are gonna hear it say it's like 4 and 5, and I'm like, well, if you went to Burger King and a guy tried to holler at you, like, would it make any difference? And they're like, no, well, yeah, it would. I'm like, yeah. Or if a guy made like, if he was content making like $7.25, $8 an hour, like, would you still want to be? No, no. Okay, so then money kind of matters.
it does.
But I just always find it funny, like when people say personality is first, because like I think there's a lot of things that people have to have before you would even look at their personality. So like, you had it over money, for example.
Mm-hmm.
That same Burger King worker, if he had a great personality, would you give him a serious chance?
Well, it all depends. Is Burger King his only source of money, or is it just something that he's doing to kind of get to where he needs to be, or what are we doing?
I think that question alone kind of answers the question, because if even if he's only working at Burger King, but you're looking at the potential of how much money that he makes,
Hmm.
then that kind of makes me feel like the money is an issue because if he's not going to make more of it, then it might prohibit you from being with him
Oh
long
yeah.
term. So I would say that in that case, money matters a little bit more.
Over personality,
Yeah,
yeah, it does. When you look at it like that, it definitely does. Yeah.
just that's okay.
Because if I'm making $30 an hour and you're making $8 an hour, we're not gonna match. We're not.
So
No.
so you feel as though a man making less than you, it's just not going to work.
It depends on how much less.
Well,
Now, if I'm making 30 and he making 25, we good. But if I'm making 30 and he ain't bringing home 10, then baby, what we doing? We got to find you another job.
do you think that in general, now I ask both of you, do you think that in general, when the woman makes more money than the man, that it works?
Yes, it can
Really?
work. Yeah.
No, well, hold on. Let me rephrase that.
Okay.
Not if it can work. Do you think that it is a good template for a general relationship? Because, people are pushing this 50-50 thing now. Like, everybody needs to be equal, make the
Yeah.
same amount of money, same responsibilities. Do you think that that's a good template to go by as far as for a relationship?
Well,
Either of you. I'm saying for both people.
from a woman's perspective, I would kind of want my man to make a little bit more money than me because I don't want him to feel like I'm the breadwinner.
That's what I should have said. If the woman's the breadwinner.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
But I would rather for him to make more money than me. But if he doesn't, but if he's close to what I'm making, it's not gonna be a big issue for us. It's not.
You think in general, though, with most women?
With most women, they want their man to make the most money. Yeah, they
How do
definitely
you
do.
feel about that?
In general, I feel as if a woman is bringing home all the bacon, then she is going to manipulate that man into certain situations, and every argument will always be, well, I make this amount, you don't do this, you don't do that, and it's always going to be that conflict of interest. So society, for me in general, has placed it that way. If that makes sense.
I think that's a great answer.
I could see that happening.
I think it's a
Yeah.
great answer. I think a lot of the times when women are in the breadwinner position, uh, you're as when you're the man, you're on a time clock for sure. Because I think women have a huge problem with providing for a man long term. Like maybe a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month, maybe even a year. But eventually she's gonna get sick of doing it.
Oh yeah.
As opposed to a man, we're built for that. So
I mean, men are supposed to be the providers,
right,
and if I have to take care of a man, then he's not my man.
Mm,
Technically, he's another kid that I'm raising.
which is why I say that women being in the breadwinner position or even being equal, because I don't think that women look for equal when they're looking for a partner. I don't think anybody really looks for equal when they look for a partner. I mean, you want somebody that everybody always says, "Well, I want somebody just like me," and no,
Oh
you
no,
don't.
no.
No, you don't. You want somebody like women typically look for men that make more money, that are stronger, that are taller, that are more competent, and men typically look for women that are less of these things, more soft, more feminine, more docile, way less aggressive, way less argumentative. Like so we look for different qualities in each other. Usually we look down as men and women look up.
Oh yeah.
So we can't equal doesn't work because we're not equal. It sounds awful to say that. I'm not saying like as from a human being standpoint, but as far as like what we look for, we're just not equal. We're not the same. We two different existences. But I'm glad y'all are understanding of that because a lot of people when I say that, oh, it's just like, bro, I'm just telling you the truth.
no,
I
you're
mean, that's true because I don't want to be an equal to my man. He's supposed to be the head of the household.
Yes.
He's supposed to be the provider. So I mean, I don't really want us to be seen as an equal, but if I make just a little bit more money than him, it's not gonna be like the end of our relationship.
Sure. So you said looks was number one, and what sex was number two. Well, you said you had the same list that I did. So why are looks and sex to you more important than personality?
because you can have. To me, I'm all about looks. So if you looking like Beyonce or Nicki Minaj or whoever, you can have the shittiest personality. I don't care. That ain't got nothing to do with me. I can deal with that. I
Mm.
want somebody that the world envies. That means when we walk in the room, people sit up straight, their heads turn. It is what it to me. It is. It
That's
is.
an interesting answer.
Yeah,
It,
because why would you would be okay if they look good but they treat you like shit? Can I cuss?
Yeah,
Okay, I just want to
yeah,
make sure.
yeah, yeah.
You
Absolutely.
would want that. Like, okay, if you were, say for instance, if you was with Beyonce and she treated you awful. I mean, you was every time she needed
Realistic
something,
scenario too, because if he was with Beyonce, with her making as much money as she does, she would 100% treat him
right?
like shit.
I
So yeah,
mean,
that's a real life scenario.
the way she would talk to you, she wouldn't even call you Jason. She may call you, bitch, come do this, or just mistreating you, mistreating the people that you love. You would be okay with that because she's pretty.
so there's a difference between being mistreated and just having a shitty personality, right?
Well,
Like
yeah, there
Fair,
is.
so,
fair.
mistreatment. I don't tolerate disrespect from nobody, but you can have a. So if we're out in public, me and Beyonce, and I'm a Beyonce fan, Beehive all the way through,
Hmm.
and we're on a date, and like how she feels about you or him, I wouldn't care if she talked to y'all like dogs. As long as she doesn't disrespect me, I don't care how her personality is. Because to me, ultimately, I'm all about looks. I got to look at this person, especially if I'm going to marry him. I got to look at this person every single morning that I wake up. I don't want to look at no, I don't want to call nobody ugly, but
Nah, people are ugly.
I don't
Yeah.
want to
Say it
look
like
at
it is.
no,
But you would be okay with her mistreating, well,
what she
talking
said.
about me like anything, because you gonna pop off.
You
You go.
not. It is what it is. I am not a personality person. Like personality isn't up there for me. It's more of looks. I'm telling you, I am. I want that person that when somebody walks in, they're like, "Damn, like she bad." Like,
But looks
"Damn, bro."
fade.
And people's personality change day to day.
Ooh,
That's true, but
I wouldn't expect that one.
looks really fade. You can work on
Well,
personality.
let me tell you why looks is super important to me because none of that other shit matters if I think they ugly. I don't care about their money. I don't care about their height. I don't care about their personality if I don't find them attractive. And the thing is, like, a lot of people, when I say that, they usually say, well, your personality, what are you going to do with them when they stay long term? Like, if their personality sucks. And I'm like, I'm not saying that I want to date somebody with a shitty personality, but I am saying that I'm not even going to get a chance to learn their personality if they're ugly. So, like, that's why looks matter because all the other shit doesn't even happen if you don't find them attractive. Like marriage and having a good personality through marriage, I won't even get there if I don't find you attractive at all.
Okay,
So
so what if she's not naturally attractive? What if she's had something done? Nose job, boob jobs, ass, all that.
now I'm
And
not a huge fan of that.
but what if you didn't know before you? Because when you see a person, you're not gonna automatically know. Okay, she done had her titties done. You're not gonna know that.
Sure, but I mean, like, I'll give her a chance, like, to get her to know her personality and to know all that first over somebody who's just ugly.
Ugly.
Because, like, if she's ugly, I'm not gonna, inquire about the boob job or be like, hey, let me take you out on a date. I just don't care, And I feel like women should do the same with me too, And women do that. If you don't, if I look good, but I pull up in like a beat up car, they don't care. It doesn't matter how good I look. Like that's why men are more look at women more as like sex objects,
Hmm.
and women look at men more as success objects. So more about what you like, what a man brings to the table. As far as I hate that term too because it's just it gets played out, but we don't really care what a woman brings to the table. We just want you to look good bringing the plate to the table.
Exactly.
That's what it is.
Exactly.
As us, you want us to have, platter out, have the whole table ready. But realistically, we don't really care what women bring to the table like that. As far as money, all that other stuff, we just want you to be pretty, be nice, be feminine, all that stuff.
Okay, so what happens? She has a horrible car wreck.
Okay,
Fuck her face up. She's
okay,
no longer pretty. Not even to you.
okay.
Are you still gonna stay with her? Because looks matter.
Well, to me, it depends on the guy. Me personally, probably not.
Oh, that is horrible.
Well,
How?
if you back it up, so you just said about Flavor Flav. Like you wouldn't date somebody like Flavor Flav. He's ugly as fuck, but
He's
his personality may be what you're looking for. So, are you going? Are you gonna give him a chance because he looks ugly, but he has the
Most women will too. That's
it
the thing.
depends on how he approaches me.
It was
Now
a
if he
whole game show where he was the prize at the end. You know what I'm
exactly
saying?
and that
But let
that
me give you the counter to what you just said. You said, "Would I leave someone that
had a
had
horrible
a horrible car accident?"
yes.
On a lesser scale, women leave men when they lose their jobs.
true.
But that can be fixed. Him losing his job.
But you know what? The crazy thing is about that is you're right. It can be fixed, and they still leave because, like I said, when you don't have money, you can't provide. You're on a time clock. And a lot of the times when women leave, they're gonna take half of your money, your car. So they're gonna make it even worse for you and put you in even worse of a hole that you're already in. Not to mention if you got kids, they're gonna take your kids. And these things are overwhelming too. Like 90% of the custody battles are won by women. 90% of the alimony goes to women.
That's true.
So it's like, and then not to mention child support. Most of the people that pay child support are men. So like not only are they going to leave you when you're at your lowest, then they're going to take the nothing that you have. They're going to take half of the nothing. So, like, I would think that'd be way worse than a car accident because I'm in like my thing is some people aren't built to deal with like problems like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like if I'm with somebody and her legs get chopped off and now like she's bedridden and I have to do stuff like not everybody's able to deal with that.
I'm not
I'm
built for
not
that.
and I'm not going to sit in a relationship and force myself to deal with that when I can't.
Even
right?
if it's your wife, the mother of your kids,
I'm
you're
sorry.
leaving her.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
gotta go.
Oh my
I'm
god.
not made for. I agree with that. I'm not made for that. Like me, life is too short and time consuming already. I'm not made to care for somebody 24 hours a day. I'm not built like that.
But you took vows. Why would you take those vows if you didn't mean it?
But you know that you could say the same thing about the women that leave the men. And here's
But they're not just leaving them to leave them.
What do you mean?
There's got to be a reason. No woman is walking away from a good man.
Well, see, and I always get that. And the thing is, like, women will not look at men as good men if they're not providing anything. If you're not providing any money or resources or whatever, if you lost your job and you're unemployed for a year, I mean, you said it yourself. What are we doing?
I mean, if he's trying, is he just sitting at home on a game every day while
Well,
I
I
go to
mean,
work?
some
Or-
women like even it doesn't even matter even if like you can hear a lot of these stories about these guys that are millionaires and stuff. They may like lose some of their assets and stuff like that. Which millionaires is not a good because they're only like 1% of the population. But like they'll lose like a big case, or lawyers will lose a big case, or their business will go down, and they're like, hey, just give me some time. Or guys will be working towards it, but while they're working towards it, there's a struggle there, and a lot of women can't deal with that struggle. Which I don't blame them because if you can't deal with it, then I understand. But the thing when you say like men leave or women leave because there's a reason, do you know? All right, so the divorce rate is 50%. Of those divorces, 80% of the time the woman is the one that's leaving. Now, I'm not going to sit here and believe that 80% of the time it's the man's fault because that's just crazy.
it may not be all his fault, but I feel like it's gonna be majority of his fault.
Why do you feel like that? Because at that point,
Because I'm a woman and we don't leave good men.
That's
There
cap.
are very few good black men, and I'm telling you, us women are holding on to them.
Well,
We ain't just leaving them to be leaving them.
the problem is that, and this is going to be crazy, but women don't pick good men. And that's how they end up with shitty men, right? Because
That's true.
you would look you look outside and you see every I don't ever see women on Facebook or Twitter or anywhere complaining about the good men that's got away. They always complain about the toxic men, and then they end up with the toxic men again.
But you
and
know why
again.
some women pick bad men?
Why
Because
is
they're
that?
going off looks.
I don't think that it's because they're going off of looks. I think it's because they're going off of what a man can do for them.
But I wouldn't know what you could do for me just by meeting you.
No, but I mean, like, if a man has some kind of status, drug dealer, he has some like drug dealers. Drug dealers usually have the status that they have a lot of money.
Yes.
So you got drug dealer, you got a guy who has a nice car. You don't even have to see what he looks like. That's why more men are sugar daddies than anything because they got money. Don't might care about the and the crazy thing is these simp ass men will pay you And in the sugar daddy arrangement, they're supposed to give you stuff and you give them sex, and a lot of these women ain't even giving them sex, and these men are just like, they just continue.
That's awesome.
No, it's not.
Yes, it
That's
is.
not part. No, well, that's awesome for the woman for sure.
It is,
but it's
yes.
not awesome for the man. And
But why? But okay, if you're willing to pay me for something, for a service that I haven't even given you, that's on you.
it 100% is, and that's the problem. And you have to go back and ask, why do men do things like that? Because it always goes to me where when I hear like women, I always say like, there's like this double standard, and I'm like really deviating from the topic.
That's
But
fine.
there's like this double standard, right? That when men have sex with a lot of women, they're like praised, and then when women have sex with a lot of men, they're
Whores.
like, yeah. And I always say that I think that's a great. I don't think it's. I mean, it's a double standard, but it's a great one because of that right there. The sugar daddy thing just kind of illustrates to you how hard it is for men to actually get sex from women. So it's like women like have a easier time getting sex from men. So obviously, if you have more sex and it's easier for you to get sex, it's not going to be as respected as somebody who has to work a little bit harder to do it. And that's why I think that double standard is kind of fair, you know?
Well, us women are supposed to be pursued.
Right.
So I mean, yeah, I don't know. Men get more sex than us women.
That's not true.
But
Yes, y'all do.
why should the men always be pursuing the women? Why can't the women pursue the men?
Because then it makes us
Also,
like we're
To
thirsty.
your, sorry.
It makes us look like we're thirsty. Makes us look like we're chasing a man.
Well, the thing is, even if you want to say men, we are supposed to chase y'all, but it doesn't change the fact that y'all still have options that if y'all decide to take them, because it's easy for you. And you said that it's easier for men to have sex, or men be out here having more sex than women. Like OnlyFans, porn, strip clubs, all built off of men not getting sex. Like, do you honestly think if a man could get sex from a woman, he would be paying to see her take her clothes off?
Yes.
No,
Yes.
Why?
no.
Why do you
Because-
feel like that?
but-
Look at
because
some of
that's-
the. You think Chris Brown is paying for OnlyFans?
Well, no, that's different because that's Chris Brown.
Well, Chris Brown is Chris Brown. And he had to work to be Chris Brown, and he can get a bunch of women. So if he has an array of options, like a lot, he probably has the same amount of options as an average woman. Because the average woman has a bunch of options. DMs be flooded, all kinds of stuff. Not a lot of men have that. And so if he has those options because he's worked so hard to do it, how can someone tell him like, well, you need to practice dick discipline when a lot of women just wake up and dudes just throw dick at them all the time?
To me, I still feel like men have more sex because if y'all have more options,
No, we don't. No, we don't.
I feel like y'all
what
have more
options do
We
we
options
have?
don't.
because y'all are approach a woman. Well, y'all two go by looks, but other men, some men may not go by looks.
A lot of men go.
They'll go.
They ain't gonna tell you, but they do.
They'll fuck up a motherfucker that like a horse in the face as long as
Okay,
her
I'm
ass
sorry,
is
hold on.
big.
Let me change that back. Men go by looks for relationships as far as sex, but see, a lot of women can't differentiate the two, right? Because a lot of women like they don't usually have sex with men that they don't really find themselves
Attracted to
yes or in a relationship, the relationship worthy. Whereas we as men will fuck like
anything.
Yeah,
Not,
But y'all
I
have
wouldn't
more
say
sex than
anything.
us.
I wouldn't. But just because we will fuck anything
Don't
doesn't
mean
mean
that
that
we
we
do.
do. That's the difference. Because like a lot of men out here will like. And I'm a club goer, right? I go to the club every weekend, and you will see it. A lot of men in there. There'd be one or two men that a lot of the women would be gravitated towards,
Mhm.
and then all the other men are just standing around doing stupid shit, trying to get their attention, swinging and missing. Is what I say all the time. They're throwing the fastball at the girl. They swinging and they're not.
We're not hitting the home run.
Yeah.
And
Okay,
Yes.
so what happens when you're out with your friends and you
Okay.
see a girl that's with her friends? Do y'all not link up like friends with friends and all that, or no?
9 times out of 10, one of those friends aren't gonna want to talk to one of my friends, so the whole thing is dead. Or they may not want to talk to me. And I think like,
So you don't have an extra option that you can go home with that night.
well, see, here's the thing. Even if I did, not every man does. Like I said, a lot of these like services, because like when I said OnlyFans, when I said Pornhub, and when I said
strip club.
strip club, if you took away all the males that do it, they'd go out of business completely. And that's because females don't do like pay to see men fuck. They don't pay really to see men get on stripper poles and pay to watch porn because they can get sex from men. Why would they pay when like swear, I always say this. Any woman right now, I've seen some of the worst looking ones get on Facebook and say, I want some dick within an hour. They'll have a dick in them.
And this one just said today, women got the most powerful thing on this earth.
We do. Women that we have, men will lie, steal, kill, and get some pussy.
Yes.
And that is true.
And why
But
would
they
they
don't-
do that if it was easy to get, right? If it was easy to get, then that wouldn't be the most powerful thing. The reason that it's so powerful is because first and foremost, women know that they can monetize their pussy to get as much resources out of a man without having to fuck him.
That's true.
Manipulate them.
Yeah.
Wow.
Women
you
are
said throw
definitely
that in there.
Women are definitely way more manipulative because women have more ability to manipulate. A lot of men aren't in the position to manipulate like that. Now, if men had the power, then yeah, I think men would manipulate a lot more because men lie. But men have to lie a lot of the times to get pussy.
No,
Society.
why can't you just tell the truth? Why you gotta lie to
Y'all
me?
always say that. But let a man come up to you and say, hey, listen, I'm just going to be honest. I want to fuck you. And, then after that, we just not going to talk anymore.
Okay, some women are cool with that.
Not a lot. That's what I'm saying.
Not a lot.
You said some. I'm saying majority of women aren't
Okay,
cool with that.
most
Women don't want the truth.
most women, I do. Most women, I feel like want the truth. If you just want to
they
come up
don't.
here and tell me that you want to fuck, okay, that means I'm not gonna waste my time trying to build you, make you be my man,
Right,
or
and the
have
thing-
us in a relationship. If you just want to fuck,
But a lot of women aren't like that. A lot of men will look at a man, ugh. Like, ugh, that's all you want from me? Am I all just sex to you? What if you got with a man and a man was like, hey, I want to have a threesome with another woman? He'll lose you. He can't lie. He can't tell you the truth.
yeah, because I ain't no pussy.
Huh? Well, you ain't got to eat no pussy. I mean, I'm just saying, like, a lot of men can't be honest with women because, like, women can't handle the truth oftentimes. So men lie because men, and that's why there's a lot of simps out here. Men will lie. Oh, I love that you make more money than me. Oh, I love that, you do this and you do that. And, oh, I love that you're on OnlyFans showing your butthole
Well,
for
maybe
$5.99 a month.
It's not the lie. It's what you say, how you say it. It's not what you say, but
Women-
how you say
Let
it.
me give you a quote that I heard from a famous guy. He said, men lie because women fall in love with what they hear, and women lie because men fall in love with what they see.
Perception is everything. Perception runs everything.
Men get in here and they'll like wear chains and they'll get these cars and stuff, and they could be living with a mom, but they do all that because, and then they come up to you and tell you, oh, I got this amount of money, that amount of money, and they do that because it gives the perception that they'd be able to provide for you, right?
Exactly.
So that's why men lie, because if a man went up to you and he was wearing cargo shorts and like a t-shirt with a pocket in it, and he had on some loafers or whatever, unless you could tell he had money, a lot of women ain't gonna give him a chance.
And it's like that. And no matter how you look at it, you can't deny that. Like, say for instance, I work at a manufacturing plant. TJ owns a business. TJ dresses like he has money. I dress like I don't have money. Which one do you think women are gonna go for? The man that looks like he got money even though he ain't got shit, or the one that looks like he ain't got shit but got shit?
They can always go for the man that look like he got money.
Right.
That's just
And not a lot of men have money, and that's why a lot of men don't. I mean, a lot of women are out earning men nowadays, and so the standard for a man has gone up, right? If a woman, like I'll give this example a lot on the podcast. If you got a man in a room with 100,000 women, right? He makes $100,000. Only 2 other women in that room make $100,000, and there's 100 women in that room. Everybody else makes like $20K. That man has 100 options, right?
right.
Because he'll pick from all of them. You take a woman, put her in the same position. She makes $100,000. There's 2 men in there that make $100,000. The other make $20K. She got 2
Two options.
because she ain't looking at any of them other dudes.
She looking for somebody that's gonna match her.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's true.
I think that a lot of it's. I don't think a lot of women understand how hard it is for men to get pussy. They always name the guys that are getting pussy, but don't realize that these men have worked. They have status. They have money. They have fame or something that makes them like that separates them from a lot of other men. But the guy working at CVS
McDonald's.
or McDonald's or whatever, nobody
He
cares.
can buy pussy. If he can't get it on his own, buy it.
But why should he?
You hear that though?
I guess
But
that's
that's
what he's
but that's
asking.
what
Why?
Imagine how rough it is to where you have to buy pussy. But my thing is, if you have to buy it, that should let you know right there. It's hard to get.
Or maybe his game is just whack.
But how do you get game though?
I don't know how y'all get your
I'm
game.
gonna tell you how you get game. You have to
Have status.
shoot with that, but you have because you can. Here's the thing: you could have status and money and still get fucking turned down. You know what I'm saying?
True.
Trey Songz got curved plenty of times. Chris Brown has been curved. And these are the highest of the highest as far as in looks and status and money. They get and then Future, all these dudes. So like, I don't even know where I was going with that. I'm sorry, I lost it. I started talking about.
Take your time.
Hold on, let me go back. What'd you say before that?
What did I say? I know I
Game.
said that.
Game.
Oh, game.
Yeah, you gotta have game.
Men get
Yeah.
game from dealing with women.
And
Because
experiences.
you have to like, okay, well, there's obviously a lot of women don't like this, so let me not do this anymore. If I go up and I say this to them, 9 times out of 10 they're probably not gonna like that. Some girls like it when you do this, other girls like when you do that. Like, you have to experience women to get game to know what to say to them and stuff like that. A lot of men are not like they don't interact with women enough to do that because, like we said, how we look at women more so like if you don't look good, I don't give a shit about your personality. A woman will look at a man that's ugly, but if he has like certain qualities, they may give him a chance, right? It may make up for his lack of aesthetics, so to speak. But I think that kind of it'll get you to the door, but like. For example, I always say like you could have money, status, and you could look good, but you get in the bedroom and you're trash at sex, you're done.
It's over with.
Getting played.
It's
What I'm
over
saying?
with.
It's over.
So even with 3 of the things that most women look for, you can still be curved. Women are out here curving dude for their zodiac sign. Oh, you a Leo? Oh no.
Oh, you toxic. No, 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 no.
I'm not. No.
Women
not
will
me.
look at a
No.
man's shoes and be like,
Now,
I mean,
can-
shoes.
That's true. That is true.
Shoes.
Because if you approach me and your shoes like had them on since you was from kindergarten,
Yeah.
then guess what? I mean, you're not presentable.
And I'm not faulting women for that, but I'm just
It's
saying
society
it.
as a whole.
Yeah, I'm saying it to point out how difficult it is for men to get pussy as opposed to women. Because like I said, if
So you think I can just walk up to some random guy and be like, "Hey, I want to fuck"?
not a random guy, but if you walked up to 10 random guys and I walked up to 10 random girls, you'd have a way better opportunity than I would.
8 of those 10 random guys would fuck you versus 10 of
You
those.
just said, hold on, you just said it yourself. Men will fuck anything.
That's true.
Women don't.
But y'all are telling me that a man, if a woman walk up to a man and tell him, "Hey, I want to fuck," him not even knowing her, he gonna fuck her?
100%. If he thinks she looks good, or if it's a slow night, and we call it a slow night.
He wouldn't even be afraid that what's going on with this woman. Why she just want to come up to me and fuck
Oh,
me?
no, I
A
don't.
lot of
want-
men will
want-
because when you don't get something as often and the opportunity is almost handed to you, it's hard to like I if a man like if I was at the club, right, and like I'm going and I don't really shoot my shot at women, but if I was to like have a woman come up to me, it would throw me off. I'm like, oh, this doesn't happen often. I better capitalize on the opportunity. That's not me, but I'm just saying like a lot of men like that will, wow, like not a lot of women come up to me, so maybe I should capitalize on this
fuck
opportunity.
I'm never the approacher. I'm always the approachee. I want to be approached. I don't do all this chasing. No, I'm the prize. in
I
the
used
end.
to, but I didn't.
Oh no,
I don't do it no more.
that's why I do couples.
So y'all don't like for women. Y'all want women to come after y'all.
I'm not saying I want them to come after me, but my chase is only minute because a lot of the times you chase these women and then like you ever played like tag and you about to catch somebody and they start running faster when you're about to catch them. That's how a lot of these women do. You try to
But
catch
that's
them.
that's the thing of the game, though. That's the
not-
excitement.
But why would I
Video
want to?
games.
Why would I want to chase you and then be blasted on social media? Oh, you thirsty? You and I'm showing
see,
you that I'm
yes.
genuinely interested in you, but because I don't meet a certain criteria or I don't have a certain status, then I'm a bum. Oh, I'm thirsty. Oh, this nigga just want to do this, do that. No, I'm
Yeah.
telling you, women have found a way to finesse guys. It's been going on since the beginning of time.
100%.
No matter how you look at
That's
it,
true.
And that's what
it's
I was gonna say too. Like you could chase that girl all you want to, and the thing is like that chase may not lead to you dating her or fucking her, and that's what we call simps. Simps are guys that will continually chase these women and get nothing that they want out of the deal. Like like they'll chase a woman, they'll take her on 8 dates, she won't give him anything. She'll buy her gifts, no pussy. I
So
just like
after
you as
8 dates,
friend.
I'm supposed to give you some pussy.
shit. Why not? I think on the
I
first
don't
night you
think
should.
you're
The
not.
first night.
I'm cool with that, but I don't think you're obligated to give any man pussy. But he's not obligated to give you time either.
That's true.
And so my thing is, if I'm giving you what you want, if I'm taking you out on a date and I'm paying for your meal and I'm showing you a good time, and you don't give me any pussy when that's what I want, I don't have to keep taking you out on a date. So where you have the option to withhold the pussy, because you do, I have the option to withhold my time, my resources, and my money.
True.
That's true. But why do y'all think we should give pussy up on the first date?
I don't think you should. You're not obligated to.
You're not
I said I like
obligated.
that. I don't.
Well, okay, would that not make you think that she's a whore?
Oh,
If
no.
She give it up on the 1st
We're
night.
we're consensual grown adults, and what we do is what we do.
Some men might think so, but I think personally, in my point of view, I feel like it's not about it's what you do after I get the sex from you. Because a lot of women will like fuck you and then think that okay, well I got him now, and then they won't do anything. But like if and this always gets me in the fire when I say this, but
Say it.
when I fuck you, if you know, if I wake up in the morning and these aren't obligations, but if I wake up in the morning and there's breakfast in there. You cook you maybe you folded some clothes or you cleaned up the house or something like that. I'm gonna look at you with a much better light than if we just fucked and you left. So it's really not about when you fuck me because you can fuck me like 8 dates in, but
It's what I do afterwards.
it's what you do after I fuck you because I always tell every woman this. Once you give a man pussy, your bargaining chips are off of the table.
That is true.
Your bargaining chips
And
are
that's
off
why
the table.
most of the time women hold out on it.
And see,
Because we know that.
the problem is with that is first and foremost, usually a lot of women fuck with dudes that have options, right?
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of these times these men ain't gonna wait for you to give the pussy up.
They're gonna go somewhere else.
Or they'll entertain you, but they'll be fucking somebody else too.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where it gets to. Like
And that's
that.
only a few men though. Only because women don't pick losers. They don't want to be with guys that can't fuck.
Oh no, bedroom is
Yeah.
yeah. You got to bring the A game.
Yeah. So, we were talking about no we didn't stray too far off. Okay. So that's all for that one. Unless y'all have anything else, any other.
Good combo, I believe, on that one.
Yep.
That was topic number 1. Okay, we're gonna go to topic number 2, which are my unpopular opinions. Okay, so just so we're clear, these are my personal opinions. I believe this. I feel this way. Me. So it's not like a general thing that I'm like, I'm like pulling off the internet. Like this is how I feel. Okay. All right. So the first unpopular opinion. There's 3 of these. The first unpopular opinion I said is supporting a black business just because they're black is actually kind of weird, kind of bad, and very insensitive to me. Do y'all agree or disagree?
I'm not gonna support a business just because they're black. I'm not. Mm-mm.
Actually, we just had this conversation today. Like, we have the worst customer service skills, so no, I'm
I
not gonna support
swear.
you.
You can go in there
Double
and
down on it.
Bo Quisha in there with a whole attitude because her baby daddy didn't come pick up the kids. She in there smacking gum. When you walk in, she don't say, hey, how you doing? No, none of that. She just look at you and I'm not finna. No, I'm finna turn around.
No.
I got a lot. I didn't get as much pushback for this as I thought.
Oh no.
So
It's not that kind of society.
Mm-mm.
the reason I feel like this is I feel like you should support something based on like how good the product is and the
Yes.
service is,
Yes.
right? Like so, and I wouldn't want anybody supporting me for like I don't want nobody coming on this podcast. Oh, he's a black man, so we support him because he's black.
Mhm.
No, support me because you like the content that I have.
Right.
Because I feel like it's pitying me when you say, "Well, oh, he's black owned, so I have to go shop there."
No.
Right. Yeah.
Well, he's black owned, so I have to go on that podcast.
No, just because you're
That's
black
crazy.
and you have a podcast don't mean I want to be on here. I mean, some of the things you talk about, I might not agree with, and I'm not fixing to sit up here and be in the same presence as you if I don't agree with what you're saying.
Yeah.
Really, I was gonna say that's kind of the point. I want to make sure I say stuff that people don't agree with, so we can come on here and we can talk it out.
Yeah, we all
Kind of
agree
funny.
on this one. Yeah, I'm not supporting you just because you black.
Oh
Fuck that.
no, oh no,
Because all skin folks ain't kin folks.
huh.
Ooh, talk your shit.
So,
When we get to that bottom part, you'll disagree with me a lot. The last topic,
okay.
talking about personal food and stuff.
Okay.
Okay, so the next one, we got to that one quick. So the next one is, I don't know if y'all saw recently, but the crystals here in Corinth said they were gonna go cashless,
Mm-hmm.
and it pissed a lot of people off.
Mm-hmm.
And of course they folded in a week like fresh laundry.
As they should have.
Yeah.
But I said that I was one of the few that was on Facebook, and I was arguing for. I was like, I don't really see the problem with the cashless society. I think it would actually be not bad. I don't see, there's some cons to it, of course, but that I actually have no problem with it. So I can tell by both of your faces y'all disagree. So tell me why y'all would disagree with
I'm
that.
gonna let you go first, Jason.
Because no one has no business telling me what I can and can't purchase, right? You don't need every transaction history that I make, right?
Right.
So, in my opinion, and again, this is just me and my opinion,
Sure.
I feel like it would be bad overall. Because at the end of the day, things are getting hacked left and right.
Yep.
Okay.
And I don't have time. I already ain't got much, you know. I don't need somebody dragging me on through it to the point where I'm fixing to get arrested in a whole nother state I know nothing about.
That's true.
Okay.
So if I'm trying to buy, I can't pay for. Well, you can pay for pussy with cards and all that.
Most
But
people do.
Really?
nowadays.
I don't need somebody.
Cash app.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need somebody
PayPal,
to track that I'm
Venmo.
sending Sincoya $1,000, right,
Yeah.
for her services. I need to be able to go to the ATM, withdraw 300 here, 300 there, and pay you in cash. Because cash is still king to me.
Okay.
And then you have a lot of older people that's not gonna be hip to technology. They're not. They're not gonna be able to do things like that. They're used to having their money in their hands. They're used to having, you know, it right there so they can get it. Cause you got some people that's older that don't even put their money in the bank. They got it stuffed in mattresses. Put it up at the top of their closet. So I don't think we need to go cashless. We need cash.
Okay. So I hear your points. So I did a little bit of research on it. I couldn't get an accurate number, right? But when I looked, it was somewhere like the range was like 60 and 80% of most transactions are paid with a debit card or something like that. Only like 20% of it is cash. So we're basically in a cashless society at this moment now.
Mhm.
Now you said that you don't want people to monitor your funds and what you're spending your money on and stuff like that, right? Do you have a debit card now in mobile banking?
So I don't use mobile banking, but I do have a debit card. But most of my transactions, especially paying bills, are in cash. Because for one, most places that you use your card, they're going to charge you a certain percent to use your card.
Yep.
Okay.
Why should I have to pay you to use my own card?
Use
at
my
your
own money.
business? I'm
Yeah.
already supporting your business, so why am I being charged an extra 3%?
Okay. I get that. So to go off that argument, so you don't want the government tracking your money, but they track your location with your phone. They have your social security number. They issue out so they can find you. You have a driver's license that has your driver's license number, your address on it. Then you also have some people have Face ID and people have they have your biometrics with your fingerprint. Not to mention all these jobs that we give all of our information to or whatever. So I just kind of also too like here's another point that I wanted to illustrate. If you have $150 in cash on you and a guy comes up to you and puts a gun up to you and says, "Give me your money," and you hand him your $150, that shit gone. If I have a card and he says, "Give me your card," and I hand him my card, I can just turn my card off. Or if he does take my money and spend it, I can file a dispute with the bank and get my money back.
But is it a guarantee that you're going to get that money back? Because that's what I'm in right now. Like, I had a fraud alert pop up on my credit union.
Sure. It's
When's-
not a guarantee you'll get it back, but there's a chance you can get it back, as opposed to if he took your money and spend it, you ain't getting it back.
And that's just the world we live in, right? I can't control the actions of the next person.
Sure.
You know, that's even if I go somewhere and use my card, right? I hand the cashier at Wendy's my card. Who's to say that she's not already
Taking pictures of it. Yep.
memory,
Yeah.
photo memory?
Sure. But you could also hand her your money and she could.
Then I'm handing her my money. So what she does with that, that's on her. But me handing her card and she taking a picture of my card and using it for other transactions.
Or she may not do it that same day. She may wait 2 weeks and do it. And now I got to go try to find out.
I mean,
who
that
the fuck
definitely
it is.
happens. But
Yeah.
even if it does happen, there are ways around it as opposed to if you got your money stolen, then you just can't get it back. And then you talking about older people, that's a with all due respect, a very minute percentage of the population. So, and no disrespect to them, but they're dying off at this point. So I
Damn.
mean, it's
Young people are too.
Yeah,
true,
that
but
is
not
true.
at the rate of older people though. I think that they're not. They're just. I mean, like there's people that still use checks, right?
Yes.
And
I do.
that's crazy.
Honestly, I do.
That's crazy. Oh,
I have them, and it depends on what I'm
No.
paying. If I'm paying something that I can't send cash in, or I don't want to use my card, or I'm not going to the store to get a money order when I can write a check and send it.
I just think that a cashless society is a lot better. It would definitely take crime down, especially in places like stores and stuff like that. Like people's not gonna be able to come in and just rob the store and take the money, right? They'd have to like hack the POS system. Now, on the flip side of that, it's gonna make a lot of crimes like a little bit harder, but they'll probably be able to hit certain registers, certain places or whatever. But again, they can track it.
Now wait a
Well,
minute. Okay, let me.
No, there's nothing. I don't. The tracking doesn't bother me because we're being monitored by Big Brother 24/7, no matter what we do.
Right.
I guess it's to the point where if I'm out in the restaurant and I want to tip my server, but I know if I tip her on the card, a certain percent goes to that business instead of like she has to split it out. I guess was what I'm saying.
Not all the time though. Like some places, like now I do know there's a merchant fee for a lot of places, and that's why they charge that percentage because, like a lot of places where if you use a card, the company gets charged like 3%. So they just let you charge. They just charge you the 3%. But usually like places like restaurants don't really charge you. It's more so like if you go to like pay your water bill or your bills like that light bill. Places like that will charge you that like 3%, or like some gas stations do too, like the
Yeah.
lower rent. But like restaurants and stuff,
I guess
Yeah.
when I'm tipping, like I rather pay in cash than tip on my card. I rather give the server cash than have them take out my card.
some people will leave it on the table, and you can get that. They can get that money taken for other servers. At least if you give them like tip them with your card, it goes to them directly.
Not all the time.
That money ain't gonna go to them all the time. I mean, of course you can hand it to them, but a lot of people will leave it on the table too. And I was gonna say somebody told me the other day they left a tip on the table for somebody else, and one of the other workers came up and grabbed it. Like it should be. I mean, there's pros and cons to both,
It is.
but I don't think that it would be just terrible. Personally, I don't really give a flying fuck if they monitor me because I look at it as I live in the poorest state in America.
Yep.
In one of the smallest cities in the poorest state in America, they don't give a fuck about me.
No.
Exactly.
They don't give a fuck about me anyway. So I don't really think.
I'm sitting up here getting pissed off because now when I go to Pornhub, I gotta have verification that I'm 18.
Okay.
Like,
The fuck.
thank you.
Well, you gotta have verification.
Yeah. I just want to flick my bean to something simple. I ain't got time to be trying to verify.
But I was
I'm
gonna say
old.
I did. I said that because like, now when I'm like, if I ever get on the Pornhub or whatever, there's like a lady on the picture. She says
Yeah.
you can't even access the website anymore.
Unless you're a content creator on
That's
Oh.
Pornhub.
bullshit.
And like, X videos and all of them are going that way
Not
because
X videos. I just say that because I'm on there frequently now.
well,
Because what's
I
it?
tried to log in the other night and ask for
X hamster is like that.
yeah, that's might be what it was.
Yeah, X hamster.
It's so many of
Yeah.
them. I'm
It
sorry.
is. It really is.
How do we even get on that? I'm
A
sorry.
lot of men be on them too.
I mean,
Why?
women watch it. Women watch
Not
porn.
a lot. Not comparatively. If men were to stop watching porn today, that business is gone. It's
That's
gone.
true, but I'm gonna tell you something. When you think a woman's not watching
Going back on
porn,
there.
she's watching porn.
I'm not
Y'all
saying that,
watch it for different reasons, though.
I'm not
We
saying
do.
that women don't
What
watch it.
reasons did we watch it for?
I feel like y'all. Well, I'm gonna say what y'all should be watching it for is getting pointers.
I watch it.
Some of it,
I definitely
but
watch
women,
it.
I
But it's-
think we watch it to get off on it. Cause I'm not.
Oh,
I
no,
don't
men
need no
What do you think I
pointers.
do?
Say men definitely.
I mean,
do
you're
that for
getting
that.
off to it, but you need to be watching it to get some pointers too. You don't need.
I do.
No, well, it's to get pointers, yes, but it's also to fill the void that most men don't get from sex. I don't know how we got back on this. 'cause
Okay,
of me.
so
I'm
okay,
sorry.
let me.
It's my fault. Sorry.
I got a
I can talk
question.
about this all day.
So you're
Oh
telling
yeah.
me
Oh
that
definitely.
if
She
you're
can
in a
too.
relationship, you got a living girlfriend, wife, or whatever, y'all are having sex. You're still not gonna get on Pornhub and
Yes.
tell you-
Self
Let
satisfaction.
me tell you the problem with that. A lot of men are in sexless marriages nowadays. Women ain't giving it up.
If-
When they're married.
if I have a husband and we ain't having sex, I don't have a husband.
I agree, but a lot of women, like I looked it up, sexless marriages are rising.
Why? That is
Women are
stupid.
withholding sex from men.
Why though? What's
I
the
don't-
reason?
I have to look up the reason, but like, so I have some girls on here before, and I'm like, and they're like, why y'all always asking us to suck your dick and stuff? I'm like, man, men are going to work all day. A lot of them are,
Some reason why you want your pussy
killing
ate.
them. Well, not even that. A lot of men are killing themselves, right? And because 90% of workplace deaths are men. I'm not pulling these out because I know I've said 90% a lot,
Mhm.
but like it's like 90, actually more like 90 to 95% of workplace deaths are men. So men are going out here, working in oil rigs and working in as miners, coal. They're doing all that, working on these poles, garbage trucks, doing all this stuff to provide for their women, and then they come home and the woman don't even want to suck their dick.
It's a privilege to get your dick sucked.
No,
How's
I'm
it
not
a
just gonna
privilege?
suck your dick because you came in from work. Okay, I just came in from work. So what?
See, that's what I'm saying though. Like,
I mean, to me, it's a privilege.
it's not a privilege.
How's it a
Now,
privilege?
most of the time when sex is going on, that's gonna be part of foreplay. But for me, just to suck your dick and not get off myself,
Oh no! Nobody said that. I'm just saying, like, if I ask, if I'm taking care of what I need to, the point that the larger point that I'm drawing here is that, and again, deviating really, really bad because we were talking about cashless society we got
Yeah.
here, but the larger point that I'm drawing is that a lot of the times, like women, their duties in the house are negotiable, and men's aren't. Like if a man wants to come home and he wants you to have sex with him, it's I'm tired. I don't really feel like doing this today. I've been working all day, but if a man comes home and the ceiling fan is broke, I'm gonna need you to fix that right now, or
Before we go to bed.
before we go to bed, or if I'm laying in the bed and like some robbers bust in the house, I'm gonna need you to go handle that. Don't matter if you. I can't say, I'm tired. You go deal with it today. I've had a long day at work, But if I come home and I'm like, hey, could you cook me some food? I don't really feel like it today. Long day at work. This bitch Janice was just killing me in the office. So it's like
You don't want to hear our problems when we come, but we have to listen to your problems and negotiate.
or it's just more so like what your role within the house, right? Because people hate when I say roles, but your role within the house, like your duties on what you are supposed to do, right?
Mhm.
As the woman, because you said the men are providers,
Right.
so like it's not a choice for me to provide. I have to do it, or a lot of the times women will leave the man, but you, on the other hand, as far as like bearing children and I'm sorry, cooking and cleaning and all that stuff, it's negotiable. Like, I don't really feel like doing it today. Let's do it tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow when I feel better. We both went out and worked, but when I get home, if that ceiling fan busted, but when you gonna fix it? If that grass need to be cut, why you not cutting the
Okay,
grass?
so how would you feel if if your woman has to go out there and cut the grass, would you not feel less of a man?
No,
I wouldn't. But
at all.
You're okay with your woman going out there cutting grass and shit like that,
And
doing
please,
doing things around the house, like
please do not come for me, social media.
uh-oh.
But for me, in this day in society, women are always complaining they want to be equal.
Ooh.
So why not carry the equality all the way through?
okay,
I feel like there are no gender assigned jobs.
Interesting.
If you want the pay,
That's
then earn it.
That's a myth. I'm
that
sorry.
okay, we want to be equal, so you need to do the things that I do also. You need to raise these kids. You
And
need to
I agree.
clean.
And I agree. There should be
all that.
there should be no roles in the house.
I disagree.
Oh, so a man's not. If we're doing equal now, because if
I
you
didn't
want
say
me
nothing. I told you we're not equal.
okay, but
earlier.
if you're okay with watching me mow the yard, I'm okay with watching you clean, cook, and take baths and check
Look,
over homework and
duties
everything else.
duties are, when I say duty, I'm saying that if you cut the grass every once in a while, that's cool. But you're not expected to do it. Just like I'm not, like, you're not expected to go down there and deal with like three people running in the house trying to. I'm not gonna be like every once in a while, hey, I'm tired today. Get the gun, go get the Glock, and go check on that, see who that is. But if you do it every once in a while, then. But when I say roles, I'm saying that the main thing, the main person that should be dealing with the kids should be you. Now, I'm not saying that men
Why?
should complete, huh?
Now,
Because women are nurturers. Women are better at that than And if I am, if cutting the grass is more of a physical job, right? Men are more stronger physically on all kinds of levels. So
Mm-hmm.
that's why I would say that a man going and cutting the grass. That's why usually the duties like fixing the sink, fixing the ceiling fan, dealing with invaders. Fixing stuff that's broken, changing the tire. Those are generally male duties because males are generally stronger and they're more capable to do those duties. Women are more nurturing. They're way better with dealing with children than men are. Not saying that men can't do it, but on the balance of probabilities, you're not going to take your child to an all male daycare. A lot of the times, a lot of men ain't going to do that. So, because women are better at that. That's why I say that and women are better at cleaning and cooking on a balance of probabilities. That's why
some.
I would say more so than men. More women are better at cooking and cleaning than men. Overall. If I lined up 100 men and I lined up
I
100
mean,
women.
he is telling the truth. I feel like us women, we are a little bit more better than y'all are when it comes in the kitchen and in
Of course.
cleaning.
Some.
And
I say
feel like
most.
Yeah.
Some. And I'll still say some, and you say most. I think that is a topic that we will all.
disagree on.
Okay, so
Yeah.
out of 100, if you, all right, we do 100 women and 100 men. Out of those 100 women, how many of them do you think can cook?
I'm gonna say 80 to 95.
What about you?
I wouldn't even say that. I would say 30 to 40.
Wow.
What women are you fucking with? They
know
can't
about
cook.
Because
I don't know about
times, because nowadays, like, women do not want to spend hours in the kitchen. They'll go to a grocery store,
I agree with that.
buy something quick and simple. Tacos. Hey, we're going to do tacos tonight. Hey, we're going to do hot chili dogs or something like that. Like,
But I would say on the flip side of that, ain't no man. There's not. If you was to tell out of those 100 men, how many of them you think can cook?
I would say probably about the same amount.
Probably
no.
45.
45 to 90.
Yeah.
80. Okay, yeah. I wouldn't even say 45. I'd probably say more like 20.
Because to me, cooking is different. Okay, if you're cooking tacos, shit, my 14-year-old can cook tacos.
Exactly.
What I'm talking about cooking is fucking greens and throwing down like your grandmama used to.
And
That's cooking.
there are some men, some,
Yes.
you said most, I'm still saying some.
I said few.
There are some men
I wouldn't even be
who
on the
actually
post for that.
enjoy cooking and have the talent to cook. But why don't they cook? Because it doesn't.
It's because they're few and far between. That's all. There's not that many that do that. And I mean, I've met very few men that can actually cook, but I've met a lot of women that can cook.
Yes.
Maybe not as good as some others.
Because you're hungry.
Well,
Is that what
for
it
sure.
is?
Hey, listen.
Well, yeah.
Hey, listen. I'm just saying, like, I know a lot more women that can cook than me. Now, that's just a personal experience, but I would say, if I was to generalize it, there are more women that can cook than men. But to go back to that, I think that roles are very important. Saying that there shouldn't be any gender roles to me is set up for failure because, like I said, men are better than women at certain things. And the thing is, like the woman that you're saying a woman that does that'll go out there and change the tire and that'll fix all that stuff. Let me tell you how women are when they have these skills. If I can do it, what I need a man for?
Not even that mindset.
I
That's
mean,
a
that's
woman
true.
telling you that.
I'm,
I'm telling you, if I can go out there and cut the grass, fix my tire, change a headlight, do all that. Only thing I need you for is dick. And guess what? Rose, I can get a rose,
And you
and
know the
baby,
even crazier thing about that?
it's gonna
Even
do
a
it.
woman that has every single one of those skills still wants a man that can do it
Yes,
because they
because
don't want to do it.
I want my man to feel like a man. I don't want to have to go out there and fix the headlight, and he in there chilling or looking crazy because he don't know
Or
how to feel it.
cooking.
Or
She'd rather
cooking.
him be out there and her
Yes,
cooking.
because I don't want him to feel
I don't
less
know,
of a
man.
man.
I still feel as if there should be no roles in the household. If if society has placed that upon you, then I feel like you're already set up for failure. Because it makes no sense for me to say, all right, these are just your responsibilities. That would be just like me. I feel like me personally, when I decide to get married in the next 2 to 3 years, hopefully, I don't know, I feel like I don't want my woman to work. That should be her choice to work.
That's a masculine thing, though.
And I'm gonna speak from a woman's perspective. She'll be a damn fool
Oh, I
because
disagree
because
wholeheartedly.
look at this.
Exactly.
Look
That's
at
what I'm saying.
this.
Society places.
I cannot work. You can be the provider. You can pay all the bills and all this. You can up and leave me. Guess what? I don't have shit because
Lies.
I'm not working.
Lies.
Yeah, I can get you for alimony, child support, but
And the children.
still, and the children, but still, I want to have my own money. I don't never want to have to depend fully on a man
I think
because the same hand that feeds you can be the same hand that starves you.
But you could also cut that hand off and take half of it. That's the thing.
But
You have an
why
out.
take your half when I can have my whole and your half?
You could take his half and then go out and get a hole. That's the thing. He, on the other hand, all the stuff. Like, imagine this. Imagine you working your ass off. You get into a point where you have because in today's society, you're gonna need at least $70,000, $80,000, depending on where you live at, to provide for a woman by themselves, make her not work. So imagine you work your ass off to get all of that, and then a woman wakes up and I'm bored with you, divorces you, takes all of your money, and now everything you worked for is gone to somebody who didn't do anything. You have that ability as the woman
I
to
have
do
that
that.
ability.
And the thing is, like, a lot of women want a man to provide for them. I think that is the best case scenario when the woman doesn't work. Because when the woman, and it's going to sound bad, misogynistic maybe, when the woman doesn't work, she can stay at home and tend to the home, and that gives the best results. Because when a woman goes to work and she comes home, she's not going to want to do her duties. That's why it's negotiable, because y'all are tired too, which I get it. Hey, y'all are working. But when y'all come home from work, y'all don't want to cook and clean. But when I come home from work, I still got to do what I'm supposed to do. I still got to take care of the house and pay the bills and do all that stuff. You come home, you just, I don't feel like cooking tonight. Y'all go eat out. Y'all do this. Y'all do that. You know what I'm saying? That's where the problem comes in.
Yeah.
Because a lot of women, because they're working more, not only are they neglecting their duties, but now they're actually becoming men. They're becoming the men that they have hated for so long, you know? They're having a lot of masculine tendencies. And I think independence in a woman is really going to prove her detriment, because men don't like independent women, despite what they tell you.
Well, I like a little masculine in my woman.
No, no. Masculine traits are argumentative, combative, fighting for your, like, just things like that, strong and independent, largely because you have to think, when a man is independent, he's looking like, okay, I'm out here, I'm gonna do stuff, work my ass off so I can provide for my family. When a woman is independent, it's, I don't need no nigga, I don't need no man, I can do it myself.
Uh,
That is,
I guess
women
I guess,
shout it from the rooftops, bro.
I guess for me,
That's why you smiling. You know.
I
I
mean,
guess
yeah,
for me,
yeah.
I want the reason why I don't like the whole gender role thing, because I feel like we should share the responsibilities because, like you say, anything can happen. So if I pass away, I want you to be able to provide for yourself and our family. Just like if you pass away, I need to be able to cook, clean,
That's a fair
nurture, do
point.
all that. So I guess that's why I step away from it.
Okay, but okay, let's get back to something y'all had said earlier. You said you want your woman to stay at home, right?
I will give her that choice if she wants to work or not.
Okay. This is the same woman that you would leave if she had a bad car wreck. So she's fucked.
I didn't say I would leave her for a back car. I said
I
I'm
did.
not made to take care of somebody like that.
Okay,
not
but
saying that I wouldn't provide her with the finances or the establishment to make sure that she's heavily
If you don't
rehabilitated.
provide it, the government will. I promise you.
but
because
you
you're
don't
gonna
want
do-
her now because she's not pretty.
But again,
So now she's ugly and broke because you done left her.
She ain't gonna be broke.
she's not going to be
She
broke.
gonna
She
get
will
that
be
money.
well taken care of.
Well, yeah, by the government.
I would put it like this.
And him, because he'll be paying for her.
I would take care of
Alimony.
it. Anything that happened, if you and I were married for 30 years and something happened to you to where I knew that I wasn't going to be able to, I would make sure that you're set up for the rest of your life to be taken care of.
But why would you leave me? I would rather for you to be there
I'm
with
not
me.
built like that. I'm not built to take care of
So
somebody
it's okay if she leaves you.
She will most of the
if
time.
that's her choice.
No.
I'm
They
not
will
going-
most of the time. They leave you for. Bro, listen, women will leave a man. I've seen women leave men because they were bored. The man, all he does is work. He doesn't ever have time for me. So we had to
They
leave.
didn't leave him because he was bored. They were bored. They left because he wasn't making time for her.
But,
if you're
but on the flip
working-
side of it, if he's not working and he doesn't make any money, you're going to leave him because he's not.
Yeah,
taking
but
care
you
of
need
responsibility.
to have like you need to balance it out. You need to have work and fun.
That's
There's
why I
no
don't
such
do
thing as
gender.
balance with
That's why I don't do
women.
roles. and
How is it
responsibility.
not balanced?
There's no such thing as balance with women because if I don't make enough money, then you're gonna leave me. If I work too much, then you're gonna leave me. There's no middle.
There is a middle.
I
If
can't
you-
work equal and spend time with you equal. It doesn't work because, like I said, the type of man that women want is top tier. Most women want a top tier guy.
And why do women want that? Because society as whole has placed a certain aspect that women should expect from men, just as men expect from women. That's why I like
Feminism,
my women.
to me.
That's why I like my women just a little bit masculine. I want you to be able to provide for yourself if anything happens, and I don't want somebody I can just
but
run
that doesn't
over.
make you masculine.
No, I don't. I don't want somebody that's just gonna be a yes, yes, yes. I
See,
want
that,
you.
that's always what I get when I say like it's not a servant to have somebody that's feminine, right?
I know that.
It's more so like and it's not like masculine. You're not like ugh, just because you can take care of yourself.
Not
either.
bodybuilding
But,
type.
yeah, but
Somebody like China.
but
I like a woman with a little bit of
Black China. Oh no, that's too much.
no,
China,
not
the
black-
wrestling
the
China.
wrestler.
no,
The one that died. That's what he's talking
yeah,
about.
like
Yeah, I'm talking
I
about
like
Black
a little. I like a little woman with a nice little
Muscle.
yeah.
So you want her to manhandle you. Flip your ass up.
Broad
in the
shoulders
bathroom.
like Nene Leakes. Like Nene Leakes to me is masculine. Like her, like
But
Well,
that's attractive to you?
to me,
Very.
masculine. No, masculine to me is like you know, like talking like a guy, like
no, I don't want.
Okay, how do
somebody
you
with
talk
me.
like a guy? Like
No.
if I was to be like, bro, what's
there's
up?
some girls that get on, you know, there and be like, "What's up, gang?" and shit like that.
Oh,
Like,
well,
that shit
no,
is-
Now that's just talking
What's up,
stupid.
nigga?
Well, that's
yeah,
just-
what up, nigga?
Well,
like,
that's
yeah.
just like when I go through drive-throughs. I'm sorry, ma'am. Oh, I'm sorry. I've been called worse than that. Thank you. I know I sound like a white woman.
Like it's to me like you can tell when a woman is being masculine. Women will say it all the time, like I need a man to come and take me out of my masculine, and I'm just like, what? Like
I don't
imagine
know.
a man saying that.
I don't know.
Imagine a man saying, I need a woman to come and bring me out of my feminine. That man ain't getting nothing.
Well, some men like to be
Some.
dominated.
Some, not a lot.
That's
Well,
that. I ain't into fandom. I'm sorry. I don't want you.
I just think
I don't
that-
even know how we get back on that subject.
We just
We
I
always circle
I
back to
deviate
it.
a lot on this show.
Mhm.
But what I'm saying is I think that the roles are important because I think the roles adhere to what we biologically want. Women want top tier men because women have like before when during like World War or whatever, like a man making $30,000 a year was fine because women weren't really making any kind of money like that. So a man could kind of take care of you, and $30,000 was a decent amount of money. But now there are women that are making 30,000 and 40,000. So the men that and the average man makes between 35 and $50,000 a year. So like a woman making $50,000 a year, a lot of an average man is like below her, right?
Oh yeah.
Because he doesn't make that much money. So now women want top tier guys because they're making a lot of money. There's more women millionaires. There's more women that are making 50, 60, 70, $80,000 a year, so they want a man to at least make equal to them. And a lot of men don't. And that's why women want a top tier guy. The problem is those top tier guys, every other woman wants them too. So those men have options and women lose leverage because now the man
It's gonna be a whore and fuck everything.
yeah, because
Mhm.
men are only as faithful as their option, and he doesn't have to deal with your bullshit. Now, a guy that makes $20,000 a year, $25,000 a year, he is gonna do what he's supposed to do to keep you, because he knows that he don't know what his next meal is gonna be. When I say that, I mean like he may not get another girl. Right? It
Mm.
may be a while. It may be 6, 7 months before he has another girlfriend. But a guy at the top, he can replace you like that.
Y'all are just unfaithful, anyways.
I ain't even fixing to entertain that
Well,
one.
I'm just telling the truth.
I
Where,
don't think men have the option to be unfaithful a lot of the time. Because going back to what I said, men just don't get sex like that.
Well, cheating is more than just sticking your dick in another.
And also, too, do you think men and women? Well, first question: do you think that a man can love his woman and have sex with another woman?
to an extent, yeah.
Okay, good. All right, so we got that
Yeah.
down pat. Secondly, do you think that men and women show loyalty the same way?
No.
So then I'm trying to understand why you're disagreeing then.
Because
wait. Back up. What was that question again?
Do you think men and women show loyalty the same way?
And you said no.
I say
Yes.
no.
Women show loyalty through not fucking. Men show loyalty through willing to die for you and taking a bullet for you and protecting and providing for you. Because, like you said, men will fuck anything.
Mm-hmm.
And sex, a lot of the time for men, is detached from emotion. Whereas for women, it is. That's why it hurts men so bad when women go fuck other people, because we know you cared for them.
Mm-hmm.
Because we have to work hard to get pussy from women. And so we know that if you fucked somebody else,
There was an emotional
there
connection.
was an emotional connection with them. But us, they always ask this question, like when a woman finds out her man is cheating, she asks, "Well, did you love her?" And the man asks, "Well, did you fuck him?" And the
Yeah.
woman asked if you loved her because the man knows. And I always ask this question too, like, which would hurt you worse? If the man you were dating cheated on you and fucked another woman and that's it, or if the man that you were dating didn't fuck another woman but he was paying her bills, he was taking her out on dates and stuff like that.
If he was paying our bills,
Exactly.
because the man just ain't gonna up and give money to
Exactly.
a woman that he's not loving.
Exactly.
But y'all cheat more than we do.
No, we don't.
Yes,
Y'all have the opportunity to
we have the opportunity, but
more opportunities.
to me, cheating is not just sex.
Okay.
If you're sitting here entertaining another woman, texting her, calling her, sending her roses and shit, that's cheating. You don't
Women
have
do the
to-
same thing though.
They don't send roses, but yeah,
Well,
to
not
your point.
roses.
No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
You know.
but
And y'all
but
have,
we-
like I said,
Y'all entertain.
y'all have the opportunity to entertain more, because a man will probably have maybe 1, 2 DMs, maybe. Women's inbox is getting flooded, like.
and we're
Constantly.
also ignoring them, blocking
But
them.
but I'm saying that if I have 2 or 3 opportunities a month to deny somebody, and you have 150 opportunities to deny somebody, your threshold for cheating is a lot higher than mine, or
Well,
lower.
my loyalty
whatever.
is better because I'm not gonna entertain that. If I love you and you're a good man, I'm not gonna entertain
I'm not
that.
saying that your loyalty is better, but by your standards, right?
Right.
Because for me, it's different. And like we said, you admit it. I could go and fuck that woman
Yes.
and still love you.
Yes.
So, but if I was to go and pay her bills, which a lot of men ain't gonna do,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of men ain't gonna pay bills. Well, I don't know. There's some simps out here, but it's a lot of them out here. But I just think that the difference is women have more opportunities to cheat. So therefore, and like we did this calculator. Like this dude put this calculator at one time, and he was like, "How many dudes approach you or try to holler at you on a daily basis?" And this one girl said like 5. You take 5 and you multiply that by 7. That's what, like, I don't know, like 30 a week.
35.
35. I know, can't do math. 35 a week. Think about that when you take it by a month, then a year. It's like thousands upon thousands of dudes that are hitting you up on a daily basis. You're telling me that you're denying every single one of them?
Yeah.
Not a lot of women
If
are.
if I am in a committed relationship, I love my man. I don't have no reason to cheat on him if he's doing what he's supposed to be doing.
That's the key, though.
But if I got a man,
There's a caveat.
yeah, if I got a man that I know ain't doing shit, he don't take me out, he don't fuck me like I want to be fucked, and I know the next dude is gonna do what he's not gonna do, then yeah.
And there you go.
But
A lot of
technically, I
men-
could just go ahead and get rid of the dude I got at home because this dude right here is doing more than what I got.
And that's why I go back to what I'm saying. A lot of men don't have a. If I know she's not doing right, then this one will do. A lot of men don't have that. This one over here after they leave you, and or if they were to leave you. So, and then you think about, like, and that's another reason with, like, I talk about divorce and stuff. It's easy for when you know you're gonna get paid to leave. You know you're probably gonna get the children, and you know you can have somebody else over here that's gonna want to fuck with you. Why would you not leave? That's why I'm saying it's not always the man.
No, it's not, because you got some garbage ass women out here. It's not
Yeah.
always the man.
Y'all are incentivized to divorce, not through your own fault. It's the government, but y'all get paid to leave, and y'all know y'all gonna get the children, and y'all know, like, y'all don't really have a lot of risk when it comes to leaving a man. So, like, the smallest things can make him. A man is not gonna leave you a lot of the times because it's gonna fuck him over. So he's not gonna leave you. As far as marriage now, relationships, I'm not really sure, but
Well, most men ain't gonna leave because they don't want to have to go back to where they were before they got with you. Meaning, like, okay,
Security.
yeah,
They're not leaving because of security.
yeah. That's
'Cause-
like, okay, if
How
me
many-
and you were together, and when we got together, when we moved in together, you moved into my home.
that's problem A right there.
Well, yeah, probably. Or even if if we just got a house together,
Okay. Yeah.
I'm gonna keep the house. You're gonna have to move back in with your mama or get you another place or something like that. So that's why you're not just gonna up and leave that, because you don't want to have to start all the way over from the bottom.
But it's also because the government is gonna more than likely give you the house. The divorce is more than likely.
If we're not married, we're just in a relationship. No marriage.
If we both got the house
Yeah,
together,
yeah. But we have kids.
oh, you gone.
But we have kids together. So you're gonna put me and the kids out?
Well, you gonna put me out.
But it's just you leaving.
Why do you gotta take the kids?
Because they're my kids.
They're my kids too.
I birthed these kids. I carry them.
You
They're
can't have
mine.
them without me.
I can get somebody else sperm.
You still gotta have a man though.
I know, but they're
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 50%
mine.
mine and 50% yours.
I feel a whole lot different about that.
Oh man.
I mean, yeah,
let's talk.
there are yours.
Let's
They're your
talk.
kids.
See, that's
yes.
another
Let's
topic.
talk.
That's
They
our
are your
invite.
I'm
kids.
just gonna skip the third thing and we're gonna go to
Okay,
this.
they are your kids. Yes, I'm not saying they're not yours,
What's the third?
but I carried those kids. I went through the labor and pain of having those kids. I went through the morning sickness, the breasts being sore, my body doing everything. I went through the anxiety. I went through the baby blues for this baby. And I'll be damned if I let you take him because you got me pregnant. Because you spent 15 minutes pumping.
So what if I'm
on
the
me.
better parent?
Now, that's different. If I'm a garbage ass mama that's feeding my kids hot chips and Pepsis and not even giving a damn what they got going on, then of course take them. Somebody should have been and got them a long time ago. But if I'm a damn good mama, and even if you're a good dad, you're not getting my kids.
Well,
Why?
I can have it to where we split custody, but the kids living with you every day, and I only get to see my kids on the weekends. No.
Well, why would it not be?
That's interesting.
Why would it not be that throughout the year they spend 6 months with you and then 6 months with dad? If dad is doing everything that he's supposed to be doing, and you two just come to an agreement that, hey, this is no longer working, let's go our separate ways, because you're now denying me my flesh and blood, and that's where I have an issue at. Just because you birthed him and you did all this, the same way you were there, I was there. The
Yeah,
same
but
way,
you didn't go through everything I went through.
it doesn't matter.
I agree.
You held my hand while I tore my body apart to get this big ass head baby out. But you didn't go through that pain.
And that
Yeah, you
So
fed me ice chips, but that's it.
so you going through that pain makes that child more yours than mine.
Yes.
how?
Because that child came from my body. My blood pumped into that child to make that baby who they
And my
a
blood is
baby.
run through that child's veins. So
Yes, but
And that
it's
whole
different.
process does not happen without a male sperm.
That is true.
So you don't even go
but
through that without me.
That's true. But guess what? You wouldn't have a baby without me.
I agree, and you wouldn't either.
Well, that's true.
So-
but oh no, well, let's look at it like this. Okay, if I was a single woman and I wanted to have a child, I don't need a man. I just need your sperm.
You need a man's sperm. So
I need a man's sperm, but I don't need the physical man. I just need his juice.
Sure.
With a woman, if you want to have a baby, you need that whole woman.
Well, let me tell you why I feel like this argument kind of falls flat. Because there's studies that show that single mothers, and now compared to, there's not a lot of single fathers, so it's not a good sample
Comparison,
size,
yeah.
right?
Okay.
But compared to single mothers overwhelmingly produce criminals, overwhelmingly produce rapists, serial killers, people who drop out of school, all kinds of things, like all kinds of degenerates to society. Statistically proven now. More and single dads, the rate of all these is very low. So, and I always find it funny how women like talk about how like when they have like when it comes to men, oh, this is my child and this is that, this and this and that, but then they'll be very quick to down men for not being, being there, right? But you don't want him to be there because you're telling this is my kid and you don't have any rights to this kid, but then you're shitting on him for being a bad father. You said you wouldn't want to have the kids on weekends, but most men have to deal with that.
Well, no, we can split our time up.
Not a lot of men, but I'm saying not a lot of men get the option. Most of the time, the court and the woman, because I actually read that the woman and the court collaborate together to work out that. So I had 50% of a part to play in that child being born, but have zero choice in what happens with that child if I'm not with you.
No, that's not true. Because we can co-parent. We can be some bum ass co-parents.
It doesn't work like that.
It does because hey, before I make a decision on what school to send Junior to, I'm finna talk to his
You
dad.
think a lot of women do that though?
I mean, a lot of men don't give a fuck if you call them about the kid going to school or not. So it's both ways. But I'm gonna every decision I make about our child, that's a big decision. I'm gonna talk to you. Even if I got a husband that's staying in the house with me and he's been a stepfather, I'm still gonna talk to the dad
Don't get me
because
started on them.
that's still your baby.
Oh Lord.
That's still your baby,
That's
and you
still your
still
child.
have decisions in what's going on in his life.
But let's say,
But do I want you to have full custody of my child and I only see it?
no, I'm not saying full custody, but I'm saying why is it such a problem for me to take for a man to take the children over the woman, especially with those stats that I just gave you?
Because you already told me that women are better with the kids.
Okay,
And me
Sure.
personally,
good answer.
and this is just, she got you there, TJ. I'm just gonna tell you.
I just wanted to see. She
Yeah.
did. I just wanted to see.
Me personally, I don't trust men with children
Okay,
by themselves.
Yeah.
That's just me. I feel like that's a whole
Especially
noth-
girls.
that's a whole nother topic.
Yeah.
okay, yeah, I get that. For sure. I would say though that with what I said, kids growing up in a single mother home.
Mm-hmm.
Damn the statistics, because
No, the statistics are, but I'm saying they're valid though. You can't.
are they really?
Yeah.
Some are.
Some
Now,
are.
okay, or is it
Because
just for the black kids or
No,
is
this
it
is
for the
all
white
together.
kids too?
This is all together, but most of them come and this, like I said, small sample size because only about 23% of kids are living with single parents or single mothers, excuse me, and it's only like how was that, like 5% live with single fathers. Like I said, it's not a big sample size to compare. However, I don't think we can say damn these statistics because it's just always interesting to me that the woman usually makes less money. The woman usually is less competent as far as like with skills around the house. And usually the woman doesn't ever really have like stable like they get government assistance from these things, and they're the ones that get the kids overwhelmingly. Like it would be different if it was a little closer, but overwhelmingly only 10% of the time do men get their children in custody battles.
And
And I'm not going to sit here and I'm sorry. I'm not going to sit here and say that only 10% of fathers, like the only way that a man is going to win his kids is if the mother is
It's
damn near,
garbage.
not even like a drug addict or
Yeah,
something.
that's
Like
true.
she would have to be like really fucked up.
oh yeah, now I will say the courts do award children more than women,
Yeah,
but
overwhelmingly.
I'm saying statistically, I just don't like those numbers because for one, there are plenty of single women out here that are raising kings and queens.
True.
You know, I was raised by a single mama. You know, am I here? I've dealt. To me, as a parent, you want the best for your child in life,
Mhm.
and your job as a parent is to make sure. I just said this today to her that your child shows up in the world as a best representation of themselves.
Yes.
You teach your kids right from wrong.
Yes.
Nobody, no parent goes out here and tells your kids it's okay to go out here and shoot somebody. It's okay to go steal. You make those choices as you get older.
Sure.
You can't blame. To me, you can't blame that on a single parent because I hate when people say a woman can't raise a man.
No, she can't.
Yes, she can.
No.
Yes, she can.
That's why these men are no disrespect. That's why these men are bitches now.
No, it has
Because
nothing
they're
to do
getting
with-
raised by women.
It
Because
has
you
noth-
cannot teach a man how a woman cannot teach a man how to be a man. And same thing
How?
vice versa.
How can
How?
she not? She can even teach him how to
You
treat women better.
no.
A
We do
woman.
never ever take advice about women from a woman.
Why?
A woman
Why would you
can-
take it from a man?
A
that-
If
woman-
you want to learn how to fish, do you ask the fish or the fisherman?
I'm gonna ask the fisherman
Exactly. So why would I ask a woman about advice about
on how
women?
to treat a woman.
A
Yeah,
woman.
and when I can ask a man who knows how to treat a woman,
Okay, so what if you're asking one that doesn't?
I'm
Okay,
saying
if
it
you,
would,
okay, answer me
can-
this:
okay.
if you're talking to a man that treats women like shit, and
okay.
then you're talking to a woman that knows how to be treated as a woman, who are you gonna listen to?
That woman only know that's one woman. All women are different.
That's true.
So
All men are different.
You're telling me how to treat you the best. But if I
but
do,
he's telling you how to dog out every woman.
well, but see, if I was learning how to dog, that depends on who you go to talk to. But if I wanted to learn how to dog out a woman, I'm not going to talk to a woman that's been dogged out a bunch. I'm going to talk to a man that's dogged out a bunch of women.
But
That's
okay,
why
but
I
I'm
say-
asking you, who would you take the advice from?
Well, you're comparing apples to oranges here.
That's
if you were
why I
comparing
say-
like a woman that knows how to be treated right, as opposed to me talking to a man that knows how to treat women right, I'm going to talk to the man that knows how to treat women right because he has caught, like, if we're going back to the fishing analogy, this fisherman has caught a bunch of fish as opposed to catching one specific fish. He's caught a bunch of fish, so I know that he's good at adapting and he knows how to get a variety of fish. So he knows a lot about fish in general, not just a
That's one
goldfish.
Okay.
That's why I say
can
you don't
see that.
take advice from women about how to treat a woman because a lot of women are different. And to be honest, a lot of women don't even know what the fuck they want. They say they want one thing and then a whole nother thing is what they want. They all want a nice guy that treats me well, and then they be with a toxic ass and they like Future or something.
But I believe a woman can teach the man the essence, how to have the essence. Like I believe that. I honestly believe that. I feel as if, and that's where society comes in. I feel as if society is set it up like that because at the end of the day, I might not be able to teach my daughter about a menstrual cycle,
Okay.
whatever, but I can get her to someone
They can teach her.
that can teach her.
Well, then that means you're not teaching her. You are like, my thing is, we go through we damn near men and women live in two totally different realities, right? Women will never have to understand the pressure of having to provide like a man does. So like you can, as a woman, can tell me, hey, just be nice to women and treat them with respect. That don't work.
I'm gonna tell you to treat your woman like you would want somebody to treat your mama or your
and
daughter.
that's
That's not good advice either.
and that's
How
the way I
come
was.
it's not
how
you?
is it
So
not?
you wanna dog out? You would want somebody to dog out your daughter? You want somebody to put their hands on your daughter? You treat your woman how you would want a man to treat your daughter.
and a man
Your
and
mother.
a woman
Mama, oh, okay, mother, okay.
Yeah.
and a
Might have
woman
misheard you.
treats A woman, if she's had a good damn daddy in her life that showed her what a man is going to treat that man like her
She already
daddy.
said good daddy, because the dad needs to be in the life in the later years.
That's true. That's why I said 50-50. But no man, I put it this way, in my life, and I got one terrible baby daddy and I got a great father
Yeah.
to my kids.
Yeah.
That great father, I'm not letting him have my kids all to himself and me not only
No,
getting my
I
kids
I
on the
get
weekend.
that. Okay. I get that. Sure.
Okay.
Now let me go back to what you said. We live two totally different existences, men and women do. So women and even men are incapable of teaching an experience that they haven't been through, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
You can be sympathetic, but you can't be empathetic. Like, for example, I always tell men, do not be vulnerable with your woman,
Why?
Why?
because women 9 times out of 10 will lose respect for you and
Oh
will
my!
weaponize.
Mm-mm.
No, I
Really?
do
I
not
want my
believe that.
man to be
You
able
know?
to tell
I do not
me
believe that.
You know?
what's going on. I want him if he want to sit here and vent to me and cry, that is fine with me.
Really?
If
Yes.
you truly love me,
I want to see you at your best and your worst.
if you truly love me, and I can't be vulnerable around you, then you never really truly loved me. If I can't come to you
Remember, we're talking in generalities here.
in generality,
Most women are not equipped to deal with a man that's crying and coming home and like, oh my god, work was so hard.
Now, that's
today."
it depends on what you're crying
But
about.
see, now you're saying that you want a man to be vulnerable, but only under certain conditions.
Well, I mean,
That's why I'm
depends.
saying.
If you're coming to me crying to me because Todd cut in line at you in front of the lunchroom and you're upset about that, what the fuck? No. But if you're coming at me and telling me, look, things are just getting really hard. I got some shit going on in my head. I need help. I'm just,
mental,
yeah,
mentally, yes.
mentally.
But that's
Of course,
but
I'm
see,
on.
That's my thing. If you came home and you cried because Todd cut you in the lunch line, your man would have no problem consoling you, no matter how stupid what you were crying over was.
Not me.
No.
Because I'm not gonna cry because Todd cut me.
I'm not saying that you would. I'm saying most men
Of
are,
course,
are
and they're gonna
built.
probably be
Most
mad.
men are built to deal with women that are emotional.
And I'm gonna
That's
cut
true.
it
Women
off.
are not built to deal with men that are emotional.
Some women are not.
Most
If
women
this,
are
if
not.
this one comes home
Most.
crying about Chelsea cut her in the line, first of all, stop crying because that's nothing to cry about. There are people out here with bigger problems than that.
That's true.
It's
Knock the
not
fuck
going
out of
to
Chelsea the next time
compromise.
Chelsea cuts you.
Right, but it's not
Clothesline
going to
that
compromise.
bitch.
What I'm saying is not going to compromise your love for her if she comes and cries to you. A lot of women, if you cry in front of them, if you start showing vulnerability in front of them, they will emasculate you. And you, how many do you really think how many stories have you heard where women have used what a man has said to them against them? Because when women get upset,
It's like a man does it.
No.
If I tell you, if me and you're in a relationship, and I tell you, when I was 23, I had a threesome with 2 guys. Automatically, you're gonna say that's a train. You're not even gonna say it's a threesome.
Oh, you got gangbang. That's just
Or
like
gangbang.
that's just like
You're
if I
gonna
tell
use
her,
that against me whenever we get into it. Oh,
Hold
you
on,
a
hold on.
hoe. You done had
That's
2
not
niggas
what I
fuck
meant.
you at the same time.
That's not what I meant. That's not what I meant. I'm saying
bring it home because I got lost myself. I'm sorry.
No, I'm not talking about the three. I'm not talking about you being a hoe. I'm talking about vulnerability. If I said, "Hey, you know," and now to your point, a lot of men are starting to do this now. But if I was to say, "Hey, I start crying or whatever, man, my boss just really upset me today. My mom was being rude to me, and it really upset me." We get into an argument. Are you gonna go cry like you did when your mom was mad to you? Women go for the jugular.
I mean, yeah.
Women, you
Yeah,
know what? Women,
I can see that.
you know what? Men, when they get upset, they will attack your status as a hoe, right? So they'll be like, "Oh, you slept with all these dudes, you a hoe." That's what they'll do when you get upset. When a woman gets upset, a woman will attack his goals, his status, his career, and his vulnerability.
I
And
do the same thing.
that's true.
I do the same thing with the woman. I'm attacking. If you trying to hurt me, guess what?
No, sure,
You go low, I go lower. I can go to hell.
ground. Okay.
I understand. I'm just saying on a general scale, women will 100% attack your vulnerability.
And you're
I,
right.
I
And you're-
agree with you on that.
And I
That's
will
true.
agree with you.
And that's why I say don't be vulnerable. There's some women that can handle it for sure. But my thing is, why would you all right, if I already have a problem getting women already, right? Because
Okay.
most men do.
Okay.
Why would I take the chance and be vulnerable with you, knowing that most women cannot handle it and lose you, as opposed to just not being vulnerable with you and just being fun with
But that's life, though. You take chances
Right.
in
you?
relationships.
That's true.
But
Life
Who
is
wants
also-
to be with a man that doesn't want to express himself?
But
Most
again,
women
that's
don't
what
really care.
society
As long
has
as you're doing what you're
placed.
supposed to do. I think that also too, you have to think life is about risk, but life is also, at least for men, because for men,
No, say what you were gonna say.
Yeah.
say it after I get done. For men, it's about risk mitigation because the world holds us accountable for our decisions. Whereas when you're a woman, you have a lot of cop outs. There's a lot of
We have
cop-outs.
more issues than men do.
No.
I don't.
No, you
I don't.
So
think
you
so.
you
No,
when
you
do how do y'all feel when y'all have y'all cramps? When you go through menopause, when you
Okay.
go through baby blues and things like that, how do y'all cope with that?
Okay, well, how do you cope with the fact that there are more homeless men than women? There are more men in jail than women. Men commit suicide 5 times
Okay,
more
so
than
what did
women.
that man do to get in jail? That's a whole different thing, because yeah, there are some situations where they didn't really do anything to deserve as much time. But if you out here robbing, stealing, killing, raping, your ass need to be in jail.
Okay, well, let's do a better one that's easier.
Okay.
93% of people on death row are men. Only 7% are women. Do you know what that means? That means that women are inherently committing the same crimes as men, but overwhelmingly dodging the death penalty.
Or more men are killing than women are. Can we not look at it like that?
No.
If
Well,
they're
yeah,
on
that's
death
true.
row, yeah.
But again,
Because we can handle
women
our
are-
emotions better than y'all too.
that's absolutely incorrect.
Ooh,
Absolutely incorrect.
really?
Women handle their emotions better than men.
Some emotions, yes.
No.
Majority of our
Women
emotions
are
yes.
known to be emotional,
I am.
and their emotions are erratic all over the place.
I will say for me and myself, I can't control my emotions. That is one of my biggest flaws. I am an emotional person, and how I feel is how you gonna know. If I like you, you'll know it. You'll never have to question it. If I don't like you, you fucking gonna know why.
I
But
get it.
again,
Okay,
if you do something to me and it pisses me off, you're gonna fucking know it because you're gonna feel every bit of my energy towards you, and that's just me.
let me give you an example about the emotions and men handle them. Okay, a man can walk in with his woman with another man. If he got a gun, he gonna kill him, or he's gonna attack both of them. A woman, if I walk in and I see my man with another woman, it's over with. Fuck you, fuck her. It's over
You think
with.
that most women, if they see their man with another woman, is gonna just walk away?
Or if we do, we're gonna go after the woman.
No.
If you walk in with your woman with another man, you're gonna go after the woman.
No. I'm not going after anybody because I'm walking away. I think
I'm
most
just saying
women,
most of
most
the time.
women, when they get upset, before they even know what happened, they key in your car, they slicing your tires,
Fuck that.
they throw
Only
it.
3 of them.
Women will throw some shit at a restaurant.
Only 3 of them.
Women throw shit at restaurants when they get upset. Women are gonna spaz. Women are gonna yell. They're gonna scream. They'll be happy one minute, frantic the next. Women's emotions are night and day.
No.
They listen.
First, I'm not even showing out at a restaurant because
You're not, but think about it. Think about it.
Well,
Women-
I don't know, saying because it would go for the same situation as if we're in a restaurant and you feel like some woman disrespected you. You know,
Oh, I'm showing out on her.
But it doesn't matter
or
if you
felt
showed out
like
on her or
it-
not.
What if
Okay, like say if we're out on a date
stank?
and you're flirting like with the waitress. What the fuck you doing? If you flirting with the waitress and she flirting with you, yeah, I'm gonna check you and I'm gonna check her because it's
But I'm
all
making
about
sure
my
we
not
get.
saying
respect.
I'm making sure we get good service.
I'm not making. I'm not.
Depending on what you're saying.
I'm
motherfucker.
not saying that makes you emotional for being human, right? For
Right.
reacting.
No.
But
So
I'm
you're saying
I'm
that-
saying in moments of pressure, you're more likely to panic, right? If we're on a plane and the plane is going down, you're not going to be composed. A lot of women are not going to be composed enough to be like, okay, let's figure out a plan. They're going to be, oh my God, we're going to die. We're going to fucking crash. We're going to do like
Me.
that is emotionally erratic. Most women are like that. Most women are going to do that.
So
Most
you're
women,
telling me if you're on a plane, you finna try to go up there and land it, or you gonna be
no.
panicking too?
But I'm saying that a man is more likely to do that than a woman. Not me. I'm not saying me, but I'm saying in general, most men men are logical. Men do things off of logic. Women do things off of emotion.
Okay.
Women are far more emotional. And that's exactly why women can't have detached sex because they're emotional. Not a lot of women.
Bullshit.
Not a lot of women can
Bullshit.
have
Let
sex.
me tell you something.
Well, I deal with a
if
lot of
I'm-
swingers.
Hold on, we just talked about how women have to have some kind of connection with you. to
Not
fuck you.
all the time.
Most of the, I'm saying again, I'm talking in general. Most women are not gonna just fuck somebody like sport fuck a man. Like they're not just gonna go and fuck a guy and then just. And even prostitutes have standards, right? Even them, you gotta have some kind of money. You gotta have something.
That's true, but look,
They're not just gonna fuck you for nothing.
if I see you
$40.
and I want to fuck you because you're handsome, I'm gonna fuck you and send you on about your way.
Not-
Why do we have to be together?
Not a lot of women are like that though. A lot of women are like, well, let me see I can get out of this dude before I give him the pussy.
I mean, I
And-
disagree because you got bitches like Cardi B, Meg, and
Mary.
Nicki that's telling you, hey, take that money and fuck them.
But you know what? They're telling you that, and Cardi B in the house cooking and cleaning.
That's true.
Megan Thee Stallion
Well,
is
she
upset.
said she don't cook, she don't clean, but she got that ring.
And
so.
and Megan Thee Stallion was upset because her ex-boyfriend didn't want to stay with her because of all the dudes she had sex with. If she could just fuck these dudes and get away with it, she wouldn't give a fuck because she could just go find another one.
But we can't fuck and get away with it because we're labeled as whores.
Because it's easier for you.
is, but-
anything that's easy is not going to be respected. Like if it was easy for somebody to make $1 million, nobody would care if you're a millionaire or not. But because you have to work so hard to do it, that's why people respect them.
I mean, y'all do work harder to get what you want
We
in the
have to.
bedroom because
And here's
Yeah.
the thing: you could literally go in there if a man finds you attractive enough. You could literally go in there and do nothing, and he'll still keep fucking with you. Me, on the other hand, if you find me all the way attractive, if I don't do what I'm supposed to do, it's over with.
no, because we can work on some of your flaws.
Not a lot of women are willing to do that because
It depends on what your flaws are.
because not a lot of women are willing to do that because they know they can go and get another motherfucker.
Yeah, but if I go get him, his flaws may be worse than yours.
Yeah, and then you'll just fuck us both. That's the thing. Women can do
Now we
that.
gotta be whores.
No, I'm just saying that's what women do. Women have guys that pay for their nails. Women got guys that'll pay their bills. Women got guys that they just fuck.
But we would rather have one guy that do all that.
Of course, and that's what I'm saying. Like if a man has these deficiencies, it's easy for you to find someone else that this guy may be loving and caring, but he may be trash at sex. This other guy may be good at sex, but he may not be loving and
Yeah,
caring.
but if he's loving and caring and he's trash at sex, we're gonna work on that. We're gonna
Not
figure
all
out
women will.
what we can do to make it better. Because maybe something that you're doing, maybe you're too fast or you pump wrong way. I don't like you. We're gonna work on that
Right.
before I just throw you to the side.
But a lot of and you may not throw him to the side. You may continue to have him sit there and pay for your meals and pay for your bills and stuff like that, and still fuck this dude over here that maybe isn't as affectionate, right? But he does what you need to do, what you like in the bedroom. And then when this guy actually gets right, then you'll drop him off. But the fact that you have the option to do that is the point that I'm making.
Men have options too.
No, they don't. Not a lot of men have them options
Yes,
like
they do.
that. No,
Okay, if they don't have options, where the fuck do side pieces come from?
Side pieces are only to men that have the kind of clout to get a side piece.
No, there's
because men. I already told you, women only fuck with top tier dudes.
not all women. Some women
Most.
just don't give a fuck about who they fucking with.
If some guy has some status or whatever, they're gonna fuck with the dude. What time is it? I'm sorry. So my point is, not a lot of men have the ability to get a side piece because not a lot of men have the ability to get a one piece. They can't even get the one piece. They can't even get the one piece.
If you
That's
say
why
the
I
biscuit on
go
the
for
side.
couples. It is so less stressful and simple.
Wait, what?
But eventually you're gonna get tired of
Swingers.
that.
Oh.
You can't marry into this. What you want to do? You
Not
plan
a lot
on
of people want to get. I'm gonna tell you something that might be crazy. Not a lot of men want to get married.
And not a lot of women want to get married.
true.
And a lot
I
of
think a lot of women want to get married. I'm
Not
sorry
a-
to disagree with you.
mm,
I think most do because most women want to know that they got the best guy and they locked him down. A lot of women want that. Now, I'm not saying all, but men, Men want. I would say if you ask every married man if they could have a girl on the side that they fucked and their wife knew and their wife didn't care, they'd take advantage of it in a heartbeat if they were really being honest. Because men like there's a reason why like kings and like and pharaohs and stuff always had hordes
Y'all
of
like
women with them.
varieties.
Yeah. So, but a lot of men are able to get that variety.
Women like varieties too.
So they settle. No, they don't. Not a lot. When women have threesomes, usually they don't want it with two men.
I would if I was bold enough to have a threesome, it's gonna be with two men.
Not a lot of women want threesomes.
Because what am I gonna do with a woman?
Well, there's a lot of things you can do with a woman.
Well, I'm
We have
not.
to take what a threesome is, because to me, a threesome is totally different.
Yeah, because when a woman has a threesome with two men, it's automatically a train. Y'all don't see it as a threesome.
I mean, it's a threesome regardless.
Because to me, a threesome is all parties involved. That means all parties are touching all parties. That's a threesome to me.
I agree.
Now, if we're just focusing on you, then that's a train.
That's bullshit. Okay, so if two women are on one man and they just focusing on that man, is that not a train?
He just got tagged. To me.
What the-
To me.
See how it's ain't it crazy? If you
me.
look at it like that.
I don't look at it like that. If we're all there, right? Because if like let's say like I get two girls, right? Or let's say I had let's say like let's say I had two girls, right? And one of them didn't want to like fuck with me, right? And so I was fucking the one, and she was like eating out the other girl or something. I wouldn't consider that to be a train. It's still a threesome to me. Not a great one, but it's still a threesome. Not an ideal threesome, right? If all three of us are in there and sex is happening and we're doing it together, even if we're all not touching, it's still a threesome to me. I always thought a train was just with two dudes. Like and two dudes in the sense of a guy is hitting the girl from behind, and then the girl is sucking the other guy's dick.
If I look at a train
to me, that is a train.
If it's
That's
like okay, I look at it as a train if she's sucking one dude and he fucking her, then it's two or three other dudes and behind him waiting their turns.
Okay,
and that's still a train.
Okay, let me. No, all right. So that's what I assumed that a train was. But like to me, a train is not the like sex. It's more of just like a position. You know, have you ever heard people like talking about like
Like the
Eiffel Tower or something? That's more of a position. A train is more of like a position to me. Now, if a woman is coming in and just fucking a bunch of dudes,
that's a gangbang.
Gangbang, yes.
So you're telling me if a woman has two men, that's not that's
It's a threesome. To
But
me,
to you, that's a train.
To me, that's a train.
if they go into the position where a guy is fucking her from behind and then she's sucking the dick, then they ran a train on her. But it's still a threesome. It's a threesome in general. They just ran a train on her.
Saying. Everybody's.
But when you say train, it makes it sound so dirty.
That's what I'm saying. Everybody's definition.
Threesomes are dirty.
Everybody's
Threesomes are dirty
definition.
too.
Yeah.
So to me, and this is why I like when I get up to this point, I prefer couples. So if you, me, and Willie Bob decide, hey, we're all gonna link up. We want to have a threesome. You tell me that you want to have a threesome. The first thing I'm gonna ask you, because I deal with a lot of couples. So what is your definition of a threesome? And you tell me, okay, well then that's not my definition of a threesome. If we're just focusing on the female, then to me that's not a threesome. That's a train. But if you say, well, I want all of us to get some play in, I have a choice and a chance, right?
Mm-hmm.
I can say, yeah, we're going to do it, and I have a chance to do whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, to me, that's a threesome. And I could be wrong. And like I said, this is just
I mean, if it's your definition,
opinion.
then that's your definition.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
I just think that if we focus on the woman or whatever, it's still a threesome. If we're all three there and sex is happening, it's a threesome. A train only occurs to me in a certain position. A train only occurs with two men
At both
position.
ends.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it. If other dudes are coming in, I can see where the train would come in then.
Yeah.
But to me, it's still a gangbang.
Yeah, that's a game bang.
Yeah, because she's fucking a lot of different dudes, and they're just
That's the kind of porn I like. Just throwing that out
No,
there.
I don't like that. No.
I like varieties.
Yeah, I think that a lot of women. I don't think women like in general. Women just want one guy. Like I said, when there's threesomes, usually it's two women and a guy because a lot of women don't want to share. Like they don't want multiple men a lot of the times. A lot of women don't.
I feel like that's more the men. They don't want the
So sure I feel like if you have a threesome, don't have it with someone that you're in a relationship with.
I totally agree.
That's gonna fuck up a lot of shit.
Yeah, I totally agree. It's a trap. We've kind of like deviated like a shit ton.
Yeah,
I don't
we
even
have.
know how I'm gonna like do this on the as far as the timestamps. But
You can close it off if you need to.
I was gonna say, we have the staple questions. There's a lot of them on here. I'm gonna ask the general ones though,
Okay.
that I normally ask, and we'll just go through. So we're gonna move on to top. I'm gonna say this for timestamp sake. We're gonna move on to topic number 3, which are the questions that I usually ask.
Okay.
So first question: how do you eat your steak?
Medium well.
Well done.
Oh no!
Try ass steak.
No!
Try ass steak.
With ketchup and
Ketchup.
Ketchup.
What are you, 3? What the
Ketchup on a steak?
the fuck?
That's not nasty, but I mean, like, why?
ketchup and steak sauce. I have to.
Oh,
That
so
is
you
so
mix 'em.
childish.
Okay,
I mix
that's a little different.
Mm-mm.
Okay, as long as you have steak sauce. What kind of steak sauce?
I don't want any steak sauce.
A1.
No, Country Bob's. I got some in the what? Y'all are
No.
tripping. I eat mine medium rare. That's how I eat mine. Beautiful.
No, I don't want it to move when it comes to the table.
It's not moving. Everybody says it's blood. It's not blood.
It's not blood. It's
Good.
not. But still, I don't want it to move.
It's
No.
Well, listen. I've eaten it all kind of ways. Well done. I can't. I used to eat it well done actually.
It's dry. That's why
But
you
it's
need all
very-
that ketchup and steak
No.
sauce.
You
'cause
gotta
it's
work.
dry.
You gotta work with. Yeah,
You gotta do a lot of chewing.
Yeah.
And
As opposed to like medium rare, it's like a lot of the flavor is in it, and it's like, oh man, I love it with steak sauce. I can eat without steak sauce too. I'd rather have steak sauce on it just because it takes it to the moon.
I feel like it takes the flavor away.
No. Country Bob's takes it, keeps that flavor in there. Okay. What is your favorite fast food restaurant?
Oh shit.
Wendelas.
What is that?
Wendy's.
Oh, yeah. I fuck with Wendy's. Maybe
Um,
my number 2.
I would have to say probably Burger King.
Interesting.
No
I
salt
love it.
fries.
I love a good like. I've been like addicted to the double Whopper here recently.
I love a good juicy sloppy burger. Yep.
My favorite is Chick-fil-A.
Ah, damn. I do love Chick-fil-A.
Love
Mm.
Chick-fil-A.
But Burger King has more options. You can get chicken or burger.
They chicken is not hidden.
No, they're not.
At
And
all.
To me, I believe Chick-fil-A has crack in there because the lines
too.
are ridiculous.
Well, I don't. It depends on where you go, but the line moves pretty fast. The one in Tupelo over there
It's
by
awful.
the mall
It
is
is
really bad.
fucking awful.
But the one here, like depending on what time you go,
I didn't even know y'all had a Chick-fil-A.
we do.
Yeah, they just got one. It's across from Zaxby's.
Yeah, trash ass Zaxby's.
Yeah.
We talk shit about Zaxby's on the show a lot. What's your favorite fruit?
Pineapple.
Solid choice.
I can't. I hate pineapples, and I used to like pineapples. It's a texture. Okay, my favorite fruit would have to be between grapes or kiwi.
Okay, I respect the grapes. What's color?
What color grapes?
Yeah.
Oh fuck.
I hope the green.
No.
We're more of a red
Yes.
grape eater out of my household.
Red is fine.
Seedless at that. No
Oh, yeah,
seeds.
definitely seeds.
I'm gonna tell you something else I like. Musky dimes.
What the fuck are those? I'm sorry.
You, you
never heard. I'm not from here. No, I'm from Virginia
Okay.
Beach.
musky dimes are kind of like, I think they're in the grape family.
I ain't never heard of it.
Look, yeah.
Yeah, they're good. They're good. But if you eat a lot, your mouth is gonna itch. I don't know what the fuck it is, but your mouth is gonna itch. But yeah, I like musky dimes.
Watermelon is my favorite.
I do with salt.
I do sugar on mine.
Never
Like, it's
tried it with
really
sugar.
cold.
I don't
What
like
about you?
cold fruit.
I love it. I don't like warm fruit. That's my
I like room temperature.
I guess I got
not
ruined.
watermelon.
I guess watermelon, just like kind of. That's all we like ate during the summers as kids. So
If
it's
you're
kinda
burnt out on it, I'm cool.
yeah.
It's for me. It's different to say you're burnt out as far as opposed to you don't like
Oh
it.
yeah, I'm burnt out on
People
it.
say
I
they
don't
don't like
understand.
it.
I used to like pineapples, but it's the texture for me. Like
Apples are so good.
and a banana, I don't even
Love
smell
bananas.
it. Oh
See,
God, no.
Love bananas.
I used to be and so in love with the canned pineapples, and then I started
got
buying
some in
the
there.
real. Then I started buying the real one where you have to cut the.
Yeah. Oh, it's on another level.
See, I tried
canned
the
pineapples
ones
are good too, though. But
I tried the ones from
out of the pineapple fire.
from Sam's out of the jars, out the jar. I couldn't fuck with it.
Nah, you got to get it out the. I'm telling you, like you'll get really like blown away when you get it out the actual pineapple. It's a
Yes.
whole different
Ooh.
ball.
I may try it and see.
But I do like grapes and I do like pineapples and watermelon is my favorite. I also really like oranges.
Yes, I like peaches too.
Like oh no.
You don't eat peaches?
No. No.
Wow. You don't like a good peach cobbler?
Overrated as fuck.
Really?
We're not even going. We're not even
With
going.
vanilla ice cream?
Trash.
Stop.
Listen.
Just let him go.
Listen,
Let him go.
I don't know. You probably
You
never
are
seen
for the
my,
streets.
You probably never seen my Facebook post, but I constantly trash a lot of everybody's favorite desserts.
Really?
Oh
Okay.
yeah, peach cobbler, red velvet cake, banana pudding.
Now, if I have a banana pudding, no bananas.
Ah!
So it's just cookies and cream. You can leave all you want. I don't eat bananas. I don't like
Cheesecake,
bananas.
any kind of
What?
cheesecake, gotta go.
What?
Pie, hate pie. Every
Any
kind
kind of pie?
All
What the
kind
fuck
of
are
pie.
you eating? That sweet cookies?
I
You
like
childish.
cookies, but only, only chocolate chip cookies. No other kind of cookies.
Oreos?
I like Oreos. Sorry, yeah. No, I mean, like if we're talking about like regular
Oh.
cookies, but I also like I just like ice cream too.
What kind?
Okay, so that was the next question. Was favorite ice cream flavor? Cookies and cream is my favorite,
You still a child.
and chocolate. I get them and mix them.
It's okay.
Don't tell me any of y'all like pralines and cream or something.
I am black walnut
Garbage. Oh, that's one of
And-
the worst ones I've ever
and
had.
strawberry.
Even worse. Strawberry everything except for like flavored strawberry stuff is good, but like strawberries and strawberry cake is another one I don't like that people give me flack for a lot. But I'll tell you what, strawberry cake looks amazing. It just tastes gross.
I am real southern,
Mm-hmm.
so I like butter pecan.
Oh man, you're 80.
I could definitely eat butter pecan. Yeah.
Oh, y'all are 80.
I even tried a sherbet.
Sherbet.
Yeah.
Oh, hell no. Hell no.
I would,
No.
especially the orange kind. Oh my God.
Oh,
Yeah.
Fuck it up.
You
hear
retirement
me?
home ready.
Oh god.
Well, that's fine. Send me.
You gotta eat that with a straw. Okay, what is your favorite place to get chicken strips?
If Dodgers didn't cost me a whole kidney, probably Dodgers or Chick-fil-A.
Okay, I never get Chick-fil-A chicken strips.
Really?
Yeah, no, I just get the nuggets.
They're good.
Any store that has the crispy
Talk.
crunch.
Yes,
The ones that has a what?
crispy
Crispy
crunch
Crunch.
chicken. Yeah, like the gas stations that usually have them.
Yeah.
Hey, fire.
Ketchup.
I'm gonna tell you what fucked
Honey
me up with
mustard.
sweet and sour.
Ugh.
Sweet and sour only. I get sweet and sour at McDonald's for the nuggets, but I don't really get any. Oh, and at
Wendy's has the best
Captain.
sweet and sour. sauce.
Cap. No, they don't.
I don't understand how
Let me
y'all
tell you,
eat that stuff.
Sweet and sour is beautiful. The Japanese people or the Chinese people make the best sweet and sour sauce.
They
That
do, but
red.
It doesn't go with every chicken that I want. Like I can eat Wendy's with every chicken.
I like
that I
Wendy's barbecue sauce. Their barbecue sauce is
No.
beautiful. But
Mm-mm.
sweet and sour, I definitely go McDonald's. They got the best sweet and sour. Well, I don't know too, because Captain D's has some really good sweet and sour sauce. I don't know if you.
I ain't
Ever
I've
ate-
never tried it.
I ain't ate Captain D's.
had them.
I mean,
2
you
days ago.
you literally have to be done sold a leg to eat that Captain D's. That shit is high as fuck.
And they don't give you a drink either.
That is
Exactly.
so
on that
stupid.
Arby's shit.
Do you want a drink? Does it
Wait a
come with the
minute, We're not
meal?
gonna talk about Arby's because
Oh, don't tell me you're one of them.
yes,
No, you're keeping them in business.
yes, Arby's is
And slim chicken too.
Who?
Slim's chicken and Tupelo.
Yeah.
Yes, I love them.
If I go eat chicken in Tupelo, I'm going to the Wingstop or Jimmy's Eastside. I'm not going to no Slim's chicken.
Ugh.
Or I'd even go to Connie's before I go to Slim's.
Oh,
chicken.
Connie's got the. Connie's and George's got are running the two
George's
races.
is in New Albany. If somebody told me to check out George's,
You
I
should.
would,
You
yeah.
definitely
Yeah,
should.
you definitely should.
What's your favorite Thanksgiving food?
Dressing with cranberry sauce,
And greens.
Ugh.
Mustard
Well, no, not
greens.
ugh.
Mustard greens,
collard greens.
mustard with a piece
can
of
mix 'em.
onion and some salt and some
Not the
sugar
piece of
on
onion.
there. Oh yeah. And I don't want no fork. I'm gonna use these right here.
Oh man,
Oh,
Real
yeah.
juicy.
Yes.
I like some good mustard and turnip greens and collard greens
Mustard
too.
greens are my favorite.
I like deviled eggs. I don't like Thanksgiving, honestly.
I don't eat eggs.
Everything at Thanksgiving is trash. What?
I don't eat eggs. No type of way. Boiled, fried, laid to the
Scrambled?
side. No. That is
or
an aborted
an
chicken.
omelet. So,
That's an aborted chicken. Who's eating that?
bro, eggs are so good. Y'all,
No.
I'm dead.
I gotta have a salad with some egg in it too.
Bruh.
If I
Onions.
eat something like that,
Salad
it's
with-
gotta
Onions in the
be mixed up
Fire
to
too.
where I can't taste it.
Mm-mm.
Oh man, no.
Give me go to the Waffle House.
No,
I don't know.
I'm not eating it.
Ah,
If I eat at the Waffle House, it definitely won't have no eggs on there. You better
oh
give me
man,
hash
no.
browns or grits
What?
Oh, hash browns, they're good, but they.
with cheese on it.
I'd rather have eggs.
I have to have my
with
eggs,
eggs with cheese on it.
but I can't see my cheese.
The fuck?
Really?
Yes, I have to have my eggs.
Well, give me cheese with no eggs then.
That's
No.
crazy.
No.
That's
not eating
crazy.
eggs.
Cheese takes eggs to another level.
Exactly. As
No.
long as I don't
Oh
see it.
man. Oh,
Mm-mm.
what's your favorite soda?
Between a Mountain Dew and probably a Pepsi.
Not the Pepsi. Mountain Dew's
Yeah.
okay.
Dr. Pepper.
You get no arguments from me. Sprite is my favorite, but you get no arguments from me on Dr. Pepper. People really be sleeping on Dr. Pepper.
I don't like Dr. Pepper.
Yes, sir.
I mean, if I didn't have anything else to drink, yeah. Between Dr. Pepper and root beer, definitely Dr. Pepper.
there's no way you just compare Dr. Pepper and root beer.
I mean, it's kind of hand in hand.
No, you're
Yeah.
oh, you're smoking some good shit.
Yes. And I'm getting very hot over here. So
Oh my
saying.
god.
she is making my blood
I
pressure
just
go up.
Dr. Pepper is just not.
Oh, that's crazy.
Mm-mm.
Okay, I'll just move on. I said I said mine. Okay, what is your favorite food to eat at a barbecue or cookout?
God damn, I'm so tired of barbecue. If you know, you know.
Hot dogs. I like them.
Burnt hot dogs.
I ain't gonna lie, the hot dogs be fine.
But I could only eat ballpark hot dogs. I can't eat brine.
I like burnt.
I don't really care, honestly.
I don't, long as
I'll
it's
eat.
burnt, and give me probably a pork steak.
I like ribs at a barbecue. Love
Fat
it.
ass.
Definitely.
With sauce or without.
Oh, definitely with the sauce. With the sweet baby rays. And it has the rub on it, and I still want to dip it in the sauce.
Yeah.
Got you.
Well, if I'm really being honest, it's really not ribs because I didn't think about that. It's really baked beans. That's my favorite thing to get out of cooking.
Now, it depends on who cooking them baked beans. 'Cause
Yeah.
not
Gotta
everybody
have some
can-
meat in it.
Yeah, everybody can't cook
not
bacon.
No, you're right. But they gotta have some meat in them.
Yeah.
You gotta have your ground beef. You gotta have your onions, your bell
Oh,
peppers.
yes, yes.
Your brown sugar.
Oh, definitely.
Oh,
Plenty of
yes,
brown.
yes.
And you gotta mix your mesquite with your honey barbecue.
And I needed them to, those beans need to be bush.
Woo!
I'm cool with the bush.
Country style and home style.
It's just as long as the bush, and I can think about that goddamn dog that rolls that beautiful bean footage. Yes, I'm with it. Don't bring out no goddamn Luckies and think I'm finna eat them. No,
Not the lucky.
not the
Or
Luckies.
pork and beans.
Oh, people eat those?
Oh my god.
Yes, and make baked beans with them.
They childish. They was raised wrong.
All right. What is your favorite flavor of wings?
I like my wings dry.
I do. Wait, hold on.
I don't like the lemon pepper. I don't want.
So you like them like naked and dipping them in sauce, or like when you say dry?
I mean,
Parmesan garlic.
I don't want anything on it.
Yeah. Yeah. I like my. I like usually. I used to like naked, and then just dip them in honey barbecue sauce.
Yeah.
But now, since I've been going to Jimmy Seaside's Sticky Asian,
Yeah.
it's my. The
I never
sticky-
tried that.
You definitely need to. That I can't even explain how the sauce tastes, but it's fire. I can never go back. Okay, what's your favorite restaurant? We got one more after this. What's your favorite restaurant to sit down in and eat?
Longhorn or Texas Roadhouse. I definitely got to get those rolls.
Fire.
Yes.
Honestly, for me, it would either be Lone Star or Abner's.
I didn't like Abner's when I went.
Hold on, I got TGIF. Fridays. Oh my
Okay.
God, yeah, they
Is there
got
one around here?
no.
I was-
There
I
used to
know
be
there
one
used
where in,
There used to be one up here.
That was Ruby Tuesday.
Oh, that was Ruby Tuesday. Sorry.
Kind of the
I
same.
think they had one in what was it Jackson?
Possibly. I don't know.
One of them closed
I haven't
down.
been to a
One we
TGI
went to.
Fridays in a long, long
One
time.
we went to was in Memphis that one time.
Okay, well yeah, I like them, but ones that around here would have to be Longhorn and Texas Roadhouse.
Around here for me, I love fucking New China buffet. I love it, but that's not my favorite.
Well, the one
This-
up here,
The smell of Chinese makes me sick.
I like
Crazy.
Chinese. I like
food.
Chinese.
Chinese food might be my favorite of all like ethnic foods.
But
I
I've
can
seen.
eat Japanese. I love Japanese food.
I don't know. I don't
like
think I could eat
sushi and
sushi.
like
No, it has to be just steak,
hibachi chicken,
hibachi chicken,
with the
steak,
yum yum sauce.
ooh, and rice,
I like
and teriyaki sauce.
I've seen a roach crawl out of
I don't even care.
there, and it was wet,
No, I don't even.
and I
care.
just I haven't
don't-
ate
I
up
like
here at all.
sesame chicken
They don't care.
No, they
and
don't.
lo mein. I don't like lo mein actually. Sorry, but I like the sesame chicken and the sweet and sour chicken
Mhm.
and all that stuff. That and the crispy chicken that they have too. And they actually make really good wings. Like Chinese people make good wings,
Really.
and good chicken.
I like the rice too, even though it has eggs.
Not my favorite, but
Mm-mm.
my favorite place to sit down and eat is Mug Shots in Tupelo. Love it.
We used to like mug shots, didn't we?
Yeah.
That's that steak sauce burger is
Yeah.
takes me.
Then-
I heard the clan meets there.
The who?
The clan.
Oh,
So that was one thing that kind of disgraced.
Well,
I
I
didn't want to go
stopped.
there
I
anymore.
just
I
get my
stopped-
shit to go.
I stopped liking them when the whole Colin Kaepernick situation happened,
yeah.
and
I know, what
they
happened?
spoke out as the, well, we won't play, we won't support this. I'm like,
Oh.
yeah.
I'll be honest with you. I kind of like just
Stayed away
separate.
from that.
Well, no, I just separate. Like, Michael Jordan said that he doesn't make his shoes for urban kids, for black kids. I'm not gonna stop wearing Jordans though.
Yeah, because
I don't.
Tommy
I don't
Hilfiger said he don't like niggas. I'm still wearing Tommy Hilfiger.
I don't. I
they
don't-
said that, but I haven't found any proof that he really said.
Even if he did, I don't.
I
care. I'm
have
still
one
gonna
Tommy
wear it.
Hilfiger shirt, and I just bought the latest pair of Jordans that came out. And that was my first pair of Jordans in almost 10 years.
Tommy Hilfiger
I'm
right
gonna buy Jordans because Cookie gets paid every time somebody buys Jordans.
there. I mean,
Not
like,
Cookie, that's what's his ex-wife name?
I have no clue.
But yeah, his ex-wife get paid every time somebody buys it.
Even if like none of that shit happened, if I like it, I can separate it. Like I'm gonna be honest, I still listen to R. Kelly. I still listen to Tory
Oh,
Lanez.
now I fucks with R. Kelly. I don't care.
I don't care about none of that. I still
Yeah,
listen to
I-
Kanye,
Because if R. Kelly went down, so should the parents.
Oh,
That's
hell
just how
yeah.
I feel.
Hell yeah.
and I just separate them. Like his music.
Separate the man from the artist.
Yeah,
Got it.
his
Oh,
his
yeah.
work. Yeah, his work.
Can't deny his work. He's a
Yeah, yeah.
legend.
Yeah.
Still
All
is.
right, last question.
Make it good.
Let me see if I can get a good one on here. What is your biggest deal breaker?
Bad hygiene.
Was anything specifically, or just a package deal? Like, is it breath, musty, underarms, or
Anything that has bad hygiene.
all of it together?
If you say hey to me and that hey arch my goddamn eyebrows, that would be your last hey to me.
All right.
It's over with. If I can smell you before I see you, nah.
I got you. So
Bad hygiene is my deal breaker. I don't care if you are Denzel Washington. If you stink, then you are done.
I feel you.
Yeah.
What about you, Jason?
Hair.
That you want them bald? I'm
Yeah,
confused.
I was gonna say, explain that a little.
So hair on the head is fine. Body hair, let me-
Oh, okay. So like chest hair and
chest hair, pussy hair. I cannot eat pussy with hair. I'm sorry.
Because you're childish.
no.
Just like you don't want to
Man
suck a
speaks-
hairy dick.
This man speaks the truth. Hairy pussy is not.
Well, I wouldn't know. So
Is your pussy shaved or hairy?
now,
Getting personal here.
I'm just
real
asking.
personal.
I,
I said I was gonna be good on this podcast,
No, there's no need to.
but no, it's not hairy.
There's no need to, because especially like the freakier men of eating pussy that like to spit in it and stuff and lick all of, like,
Whoa,
the hair will get
Don't you dare spit on me.
well, see, I bought this.
What?
See, I bought this
You
little.
don't have to spit start shit over here. Don't you spit on me.
No.
So
that's crazy.
let me tell you what I've done.
No
That's crazy.
No
I bought-
spitting.
I bought this little.
Oh,
I bought this little strap
Don't you say
dildo that goes to my chin.
The fuck?
So while I'm eating, it's going in and out.
What the fuck did you Amazon?
that's
yeah.
interesting. That's interesting.
Oh, yeah.
Never heard of that.
Me or him?
No, him.
Oh,
Yeah, there's like a little strap dildo that goes on the chain, on your chin, and while you're eating her out, you're actually fucking her with the dildo. Oh, it's
So I was just gonna say that
Gotta get
the
that.
hair captures smell a lot of the times,
Yes, and I can't stand that.
and when you're coming, and then you're my
I mean, I
saliva.
understand
That's
that.
why the hair, and then also too, like the hair when you have to like stop and do
Yeah,
that shit.
yeah,
Uh, so I get the hair part for sure.
yeah.
My biggest deal breaker is kids. 100% a
You
deal
don't like
breaker for me.
kids?
If a woman has kids, it's a deal breaker for me.
So what the fuck? So you only fuck with women that don't have kids? How many children do you have? None.
Mhm.
Okay, well,
Even if I had kids, I still wouldn't.
even if you had kids, you wouldn't be with a woman that already has kids.
Nope.
Why?
I'll tell you why. One, if I want to spend time with her, I'm on her time and the kids' time. Two, uh, most women have multiple kids. And of those women that have multiple kids, most of them have multiple baby daddies. So that's multiple niggas I got to deal with.
Not necessarily.
It depends. But the thing is, it depends. But when a woman doesn't have a kid, there is no depends. I just don't have to deal with it at all.
Well, that's true.
I can respect that.
Yeah.
I see your point of view on that. I
Hold
really
on,
do.
he's got a number
I
4.
got a lot of them.
Let me hear this.
I have to deal with your trauma from said baby daddies, either whether it's directly or indirectly. If they like cuss at you or something or whatever, and you're mad, now I have to calm you down because of what this other dude has said. And then if they were just not there, then now I have to deal with the trust issues and the well, nobody's gonna be good for my kids and stuff like that. Also, I'm gonna probably be uh responsible at some point before we get married to financially take care of these kids, which I'm not really wanting to do. I don't even want to meet nobody. And when I was dating women with kids, because this is fairly recent, but when I was dating women with kids, I wouldn't meet their kids until 6 months after I started talking to
Well,
them.
I'm not letting anybody meet my kids if
Well,
we're
good.
just dating.
That's great. So, and then lastly, because I know you noticed when you said something about a stepdad earlier, I was like, oh, don't get me started on that.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
Being a stepdad is the biggest L that you can take as a man when you don't have kids.
Why?
Because you have
What if you're unable to have kids?
I really want to hear
Still L.
this. I really want to hear this.
100% responsibility, 0 authority.
Bullshit.
No.
I call bullshit.
Let me tell you why.
Bullshit.
I'm listening.
Let's say these kids are in my house,
Mhm.
right? One of my kids wants to play basketball.
Mhm.
And you say, let's say you're the mother, just as an example, you say, well, I want him to play basketball. And I'm like, I don't think that's a good idea.
We're gonna talk about it. Me and you.
No. But let's say the dad wants them to play basketball too. It's not my child. I don't have anything to say.
But we're still gonna talk about it.
No, we can
because-
still talk about it, but he can veto me because it's his child. And
Well, yeah,
even though
that's true.
I'm taking care of the child, somebody that's not in my house whose job I'm doing has the power to veto my authority
Well,
in my house.
But if he's there to veto it, that means he's doing his job too. That means he's taking care of that kid.
That's the thing.
And also,
He's there and he's part of it, but I'm doing his job. He's only doing his job 2 days a week, right? On the weekends. But me, on the other, or some people it's every other weekend. But he has the power to come in my house and make decisions and affect decisions in my house.
not necessarily that he's only doing it on the weekends because you're
I'm
still a
just-
dad every day of the
No,
week.
sure. I'm saying he only gets to see you.
On the
He's only
weekend.
responsible for those kids 2 days out the week. Because guess what? If y'all say y'all want him to play basketball and I get vetoed out and that kid gets hurt, I'm the one that's gonna have to take care of the kid. And it was my decision for him not to play. And the last thing, it's already hard when the kids are biologically yours
Mhm.
to see the kids again. But if they're not mine, then I have absolutely zero right. If I get a bond with those kids and I love them and I pay for them and I do all these things, it's up to the mother to decide if I get to be in that kid's life again. I don't have any chance of getting in their life again because they're not mine.
Ultimately, I agree
So
with
it's an
that.
L all the way.
I agree with that to a certain extent.
Not all the way.
I
just
feel
a little
like,
It's an
bit.
L.
I feel like if that woman sees that you have formed a bond with that child and you and her decide to go different ways, I feel as if some women will still allow you to be in that child's life because
Yes.
for one, it's
I
not the child is not at fault here, right?
That's
Yeah.
right.
So, and I guess I go back to the other reasoning why with basketball. So, who's making the decision? Is it the child that doesn't want to play, or is it the
No, the child wants to play. I said I don't think the child should play. You say, well, if he wants to play, let him play. And then the dad said, yeah, if he wants to play, let him play. Now
But what would be your reason for the child not to
Because
play?
I would say ultimately it's the child's decision because it's what the child wants to do.
Right.
no, but if I am the one that's gonna have to pay for him to go and go
What
to
if you're
training
not the
camps
one?
and stuff like that, well, even if I'm not the one, if I'm the head of the household and I make the decision, it doesn't matter. I don't have to explain shit. If I don't
But
want you to
why
play, you
doesn't-
don't gotta play.
Why doesn't my child get to play sports if they want to play sports?
If I'm responsible for said child and I say I don't want you to do this, like for example, if you were
Dictator.
and the thing is, if the dad was in the house and the dad said he didn't want him to play basketball, then that's just it.
No, because if my child is good at basketball and wants to play basketball,
If the dad
they're
says
gonna play.
I can't afford for your child to play basketball, or if the dad says I'm not going to be able to make it to games because of my work schedule.
Oh well,
That's
Or
okay,
something like
Dad.
Set the kid.
That's it's
If
that's
I-
life.
it is life. You ain't gonna always get to do what you want to do. If I say I don't want you to do it, you ain't doing it.
Okay, so what if Michael Jordan dad would have been like, "Hey, you ain't playing."
Then Michael Jordan's dad said he ain't playing.
But why though? Because when it comes to sports, to me, it's ultimately what the kid wants. If
Yes.
the kid wants to do sports, let him do sports.
I'm not saying that
We're
like,
gonna work it out to
it
where
doesn't
it is.
matter. Sure, but I'm saying, and that was an example of more so
I
to
got you.
prove
I
that
got
the
you. I got you. Okay.
the dad
You're
can
taking
come
the
in
L, but
and,
I got
and I
you.
can and veto me.
Okay.
Right?
All right. All right. Because I was about to say. Oh,
But still, you're not necessarily taking an L.
Yes, you are.
Okay, if you're in a relationship with this lady and she got a baby, what if you can't have kids? You're gonna raise that kid. You're gonna adopt that kid because you're gonna marry this lady, and that's still gonna be your kid, even if y'all get a divorce. That's still your kid.
Let me tell you, and she's gonna get the kids because she mostly will.
Well,
But
she's
let me-
gonna get it, even if it is your kid.
Well, exactly. But let me tell you the biggest problem with what you said. What if? That's saying that hypothetically speaking, a lot of men can have kids. So my thing is, and here's the thing: all these things that you're talking about are dependent on things. If I date a girl that doesn't have kids, I ain't gotta worry about none of that. And the thing is, all that stuff that I named, I have to deal with that on top of trying to get to know you and date you and learn you and deal with the trauma that you have. Probably not from baby daddies, but ex boyfriends and all these other things.
You
So
can still have trauma from ex boyfriends,
Yeah.
even if you don't have kids.
right, but I'm saying I just have to deal with that.
Okay,
when
but
you
if
have
she's
kids-
pretty, you gonna want her anyways because she's already
No,
said
no,
that.
no. If she's pretty, she gets in the door. Whether she stays in the house or not depends on
If she have
other
kids.
things. Well, it depends on other things, like her kids. Her personality matters, but I'm saying that her personality does not matter if she's don't get in the door. If she's ugly, she ain't getting in the door.
Okay.
So her looks is gonna get her in the door. Her personality is what's gonna keep her in the house.
And if she have a kid, she don't give a fuck what
It's
she
over
look
with.
like.
It's over with. You can't. You get dick and that's it. That's it.
God, Jesus.
I love it.
I hope most
love
men
it.
don't think like that.
I love
Why?
it. I love it. I love it.
Because it's a trap for men. It's really a trap because I have to raise a kid. My thing is you should make the right decision. You know, no offense to anyone, but you should make the right decision and pick a man that's gonna stand by you and have kids because women ultimately control the entire sex, all that stuff. You pick who you have sex with because women are overwhelmingly the gatekeepers to sex, right? We can agree on that, right?
Mhm.
Okay. Women can take Plan Bs. In some states, they can go get an abortion. So if you don't want to have the kid, you can get rid of the kid. You can get on birth control too. So you can get rid of the kid.
Or the man can wear a condom.
I'm not saying that that's not a choice too, but I'm saying like if I fuck up and come in you, it's up to you. If you fuck up and tell me to come in you, you have 3 ways out. Or way more. There's like 33 different forms of contraception. But I'm saying like you control that largely. Because if you got pregnant and you wanted to get rid of the baby, you can get rid of the baby. If you got pregnant and I wanted to get rid of the baby, you can still have the baby and fuck me.
That's true.
So you're in control of that process. You have control over who's born. You have control over who you fuck. And overwhelmingly, you leave men. So you have to hold some culpability in that. So you got to pick better people because you choose the people that
Okay, you
fuck.
say we have to pick better people,
Yes.
better men.
Yes,
But you also have stated that men lie to get what they want.
of course.
So if you're telling me that you're just good dad or you're going to do this and that for this baby and we have this baby and you bail, or if I'm already 7 months pregnant, can't get an abortion or take the Plan B, then is that my fault or is that yours? Because you lied.
Well,
just to
the
get the
Lord
pussy.
has given us the ability of discernment, and we
This
But that's what I'm saying. But you lied to me.
I
You had me
honestly
thinking that you was
feel
a good
but
dude and you wasn't.
sure, and that's where you have to. That's where you have to really, this is where it goes back to it because I don't expect anybody to do this, but that's why they want you to wait to have sex before you until you're married. I don't think it's a good idea.
well what in what society.
I don't think it's a good
I,
idea.
I was
Trust
like,
me.
Because I'm
But
not
that
waiting.
that's
is a
why
whole
that comes
nother
from because if you wait to have sex till you're married, then you'll know at least
But
have a
they
better
still
idea.
can change.
Sure, people can change all the time. I'm not saying that people
You can
can't.
tell me that you're gonna be a good dad, but once this baby gets here, you can bail.
Sure, but that's why, like I said,
And then the other man is gonna look at me. Well, you made a bad decision getting with this man. Well, I didn't know he was like this until we had this kid.
there's
What
some.
do you want me to do? Get a baby
Well,
up
see,
for adoption?
here's the thing. There's some instances where women won't know until after they have the kid.
And there's some that know
But there
before.
are a lot of instances that where women know before because, like I said, women ain't out here picking the good dudes. They out here picking the toxic niggas.
And that's true. And I'll tell any woman, if you are with a man and he already got 3 kids, well, 4 kids by 3 different women, and he ain't taking care of none of them, he's not gonna take care of that other fucking baby you finna have.
Let me tell you, a lot of women would rather be with a bad dude that they can change into a good dude than be with a good dude that's already a good dude.
A woman can't change a man.
Exactly.
So
Women, and the thing is, you shouldn't try to because how that man lived is why you fucked with him in the first place.
that's true.
So I would say that it's just it's I'm sorry, the kids, it's just not a good move for a man, especially with or without kids, because the obligations that you have as a stepdad are a whole lot different than the obligations that you have as a stepmother. When you're a stepmother, you're more in a supportive role, complimentary, so to speak. When you're a stepdad, you're provider, but you're not only a provider, but you're a provider to someone else's children.
Okay, so what if you get with a woman and she already has a child, and you
Break it up.
have a child with that woman?
Okay.
How are you just what you just?
No. If it's listen, okay. If
But you're
we,
saying that being a stepfather, that's taking an L, but you're a stepfather to that other kid.
wait, okay, hold on, wait, say that again.
You said that being a stepfather is taking an L.
No, I'm saying like the example.
Okay, like if you're with a woman and she does already have a child,
Yeah.
before you and her get together and y'all have a child together, are you still taking an L as a stepfather because she already has a child?
are you gonna treat your child better than the other child?
I think it's natural, honestly, for
Ooh,
people to do
that is another discussion we should have, like at a later.
I think it's natural. I think there's no way that.
But are you
can-
still taking the L as a stepfather though to that
It's an
that
L
oldest child?
regardless, because like I said, all the reasons that I said, when you date somebody that has kids, specifically as a man dating a woman, your responsibilities are up here, but you don't have authority. Your authority is down here because at any moment that biological father can step in and veto you.
I
Like if like here's an example.
Listening.
If I was playing my video game right here and my child came up and unplugged my game, could smack the shit out of him. Not everybody like believes in discipline like that, but I could smack the shit out of them. Nothing, right?
Mhm.
If my stepson came over here, or if a girl I was dating son came over here and unplugged my game, I can't slap the shit out of him.
I'm not gonna slap shit up, but I'm gonna spank him.
I can't. Not a lot of men are
Gonna let
able.
you spank
Not a
their
lot of women are
child.
gonna let their boyfriends at that spank their children,
But again,
or even
if-
cuss at them.
But again, if we have been dating
for
for
years.
a year or two, and you have a child that's 4 and 5, and I have been in this child life for the past 2 years. You're telling me that I don't have no kind of authority? You're down.
No.
You're a lie. I'm not saying that you are a
And-
lie.
and then
I'm
the thing
saying in
is, like-
general, because at the end of the day, if you and I are together, we done built a relationship. So I done built a relationship with this child. That means that I'm here for both of y'all. So if I don't have a say so in what this child does or anything, whether you two have a good relationship or not, then you don't respect me.
And that's
one.
my point. Women don't respect.
Then I would-
society.
Not all of them.
Society
some of
does
them.
not respect stepfathers because
No, man.
they don't, man. Like we respect them in the fact because of what they have to deal with. But that's the thing. And my thing is, what you're talking about is very situational. And I'm saying that for me, I don't have to deal with that situation if I just date a woman that doesn't have kids.
And
I
I get
think
what you're
a-
saying, because my sister is divorced,
Mhm.
right? She has a kid, My oldest niece is 13, and she has two more by her ex-husband, and she's dating somebody now. And he treats and love those kids like they're his own, and
Hmm.
he has every right to spank their asses, ground them, do
Sure.
whatever, because at this time he is their father. He is their father figure. He is the breadwinner.
Hmm.
He is coming home. So I don't know. And I guess it comes back to that it takes a village to raise a child mindset,
Mhm.
right? If whether Stan and I are together or not, whether that's my child or not, if I see that that child's doing wrong, then I
Correct
have
my
it
child.
correct him.
Yep.
Yeah, but
And
not.
you and I would discuss
But
the stimulations that I took.
And
that's under a that's in a that should be how it is. But we first off we know a lot of people don't co-parent well at all, and secondly, like we could come to this agreement, but what if the father doesn't agree with it or the
but
mother?
but again, you and I are in the same household.
But that's what I'm saying. But what
So
you just said earlier,
I'm gonna respect your decisions. I'm gonna respect your input.
sure.
So I'm gonna pull you in no matter what it is. I don't give a damn if you and him have a good relationship. You and I are in the same household. I'm in every decision because
But,
ultimately
yeah.
it affects me.
But see, not a lot of stepdads are in every decision, and that's my point because it's always your that's not your child. This is the dad. The dad is the child, the father. That's his children. So even though he's not in the house and you're in the house, right? You're raising the child. You're getting him up early in the morning for lunch. You're getting him and making his lunch. Sorry, you're putting him in the bed. You're taking him to the doctor. You're doing all this stuff. This nigga over here can come in here and say, "My kid is playing basketball."
Well, then that is a toxic woman who doesn't understand the full maturity of what it is to be a mother. To me,
That is could be the case. However, that's also why being a stepdad is a terrible, terrible decision.
I
For sure when you don't have
disagree.
kids.
I see.
I
I see where
but-
you
I
coming
see your
from,
point,
TJ. I
but
really
to
do.
me, being a step parent or being a stepdad, I applaud them more because you're coming
Of
in
course. Because
taking
you
care of
get
a
all the benefit.
child that's not yours.
Yeah.
And you have a choice to not even be in that child's life, but you're doing for that child and you know that child's not yours. So I'm going to applaud you more for being a
Of course.
stepdad.
You get
But
applauded
that's,
more.
that's
what
not
does that-
taking an L.
It is. I can applaud you more, but what are you really getting out of it? There's no benefits.
The love from that child.
You can get love from your own child if you get with a girl that doesn't have children. And the thing is, like,
Okay, so let me ask you this.
okay,
Speak
If
from
you
experience.
get
Speak from experience.
okay, like my daughter, my oldest child's 14.
okay,
Father ain't never been about in nothing in her life, whatever.
sure,
She has I have a 3-year-old son. His dad is a stepfather to my child, but he's did more for her in these 5 years that we've been together than her daddy has done in 14 years.
okay.
Her dad can't come in there and say she can't do this, she can't do that. You don't have that authority because
He may not.
you haven't been here.
He may not.
But it may be not every situation is different,
right.
but most situations are like this. Because if my child has to have a stepdad, most likely her dad's not doing what he's supposed to be doing.
Not all the time though.
Not all the time,
And
but
I would-
majority of the time.
And I would say that I can see why you would applaud a stepdad
hmm
because you as the woman get
I'm
all the
living in
benefit.
that situation.
Well,
right.
but you also get the benefit. You got somebody to raise your kids. You got a man in the house. You got somebody to take care of your kids and do all these things that the father of the kids won't do, right? Or the
Mhm.
father of that one kid, yeah, well, he won't do, right? But him on the other hand, like I said, what you got to think about is he has to take care of your children that aren't his.
hmm
He has to deal with all of the well, that goes along with take care of it. He has to deal with all of the stress that comes with dealing with the toxic baby daddy.
He doesn't have to deal with that.
No, I'm saying in general.
Okay,
I'm talking about you.
general.
I'm saying in
Okay.
general. Yeah, these are things that he has to deal with. Not only that, and I say toxic baby daddy. That's under the guise that there's just one because most of the time there are multiple. So if that one could be cool, but the other one could be bad.
Yeah.
They both could be bad or they both could be good. And if they're good, it's not always good for you because if they're involved, then that means that the decisions that you make have to go through another man that's not in the house. So again, it's like it's an L. And a lot of the things, like when I say it's an L, because a lot of these things that you deal with over here, deal with and have to make sacrifices for, you don't have to do with a woman that does not
Doesn't
have kids.
Okay.
That's why I'm saying that it's an L, because there's no benefits from it. All the benefits that you can name over here, you could get in surplus with a woman without kids, right? And like I'm talking about a child's love. You can have, because I don't care what anybody says. Everybody always says you can love those kids like your own, but they're
It's
not your own.
That's true.
Right. So you could have he could have a kid with another woman.
He does.
Okay, and you can love that kid,
Mhm.
but you will never love that kid
Like he's mine.
like
And
yours.
that's true.
That's very
true.
true. But she's not gonna put she is not gonna put that child in a situation to where it feels like
I don't love him.
And you shouldn't. And you shouldn't. I'm not saying that you shouldn't love the kid at all. Not at all. But I'm saying that it's a lot better to have a kid with a woman that does not have a child and have your own kid than have to come in and, just to be honest, fix somebody else's fuck up. Because this guy didn't want to be here. He's fucked up the kid. Now you have to come in and fix the damage that he left. Not only with her, but with the kids too.
That's true.
And that's a lot. And that's why people applaud stepdads, because they're coming in and they're doing extra work. They're taking the extra step. Like us, when we work with the kids with disabilities, right? Working with kids in itself is already difficult, but when they have disabilities, they're a lot more. That's why people give us a lot more, love and admiration for what we do, and they say we're special people. Stepdads are special people. Stepmoms are too. But I just think that
it's easier to date a woman that doesn't have kids when you don't have kids. I understand that.
I think even when you do have kids as a male, because like I said, that woman's not going to come in and be expected to do, to do all these things that a man is expected to do.
hell yes she is.
No, she's not. No.
Why would she not be?
You don't expect a woman to provide. So you expect that woman to come in and nurture and care and stuff like that, but you don't really I'm not going to expect that woman to, like, I don't know, come in the house and like I'm trying to think. Jesus. I'm not going to expect.
Right.
That wasn't the time I was looking at. I'm sorry. But yeah, the time is kind of crazy.
Well, I have a question. Okay.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry. I wasn't going anywhere with that anyway.
If you were with a woman and y'all have a kid together,
Yeah.
y'all break up, go your separate ways for a couple of years, she has another kid, would you get back with her?
No.
Because she has that extra kid in the house.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm speechless on that.
I mean,
I love it. I mean,
It's different. Like
it is.
very,
It's,
very
because
good.
I've never heard.
And
heard a
let me
man
tell
say
you
that.
why you've never heard it. A lot of men would probably say it, but you know why they won't? Because men want to fuck. And men don't lie to you and tell you, I'll deal with your kids and I'm a good dad, and then they'll fuck you and leave you.
Yeah.
Because they know that if they tell you the things that I'm saying, you'll probably like, oh, no. Like, I don't,
But if you're gonna be just a cuddy buddy, I don't want you around my kids anyways.
Sure, and I get
You're
that.
not gonna even see my
But
kids.
see, a lot of men, right? A lot of women, like, want that. If they have like if they have kids, they want a guy that's going to be a father figure and
That's
be
true.
all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of men know that women want that, so they come under this disguise, like, "Hey, I'm gonna come in. I'm gonna be here for your kids or whatever," and then they get the pussy, and then they done.
That's true.
And that's and you'll notice, like, when the pussy gets held out, a lot of them is just dip, because like. Single mothers are great for fucking. I'm telling you, like they got some great pussy.
I'm gonna tell you something. I was a single mother for a while, and those kid-free weekends was my
I'm telling
best
you.
life.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
That's how it goes. Men like that. But I'm saying that it's just, and I'm not trying to shit on single mothers at all, because obviously life happens, right? Everybody that you pick isn't always going to be
The
best.
right.
People are going to change for sure.
Yeah.
And it would be absolutely fucking like crazy to tell somebody to wait until marriage. I don't think it's a good idea anyway, because I wouldn't want to wait till marriage to fuck somebody and then they be awful.
Yeah.
I feel
now
like
we gotta get divorced because I'm not staying with them.
Because a lot of people aren't willing to teach people. So, And a lot of the times, like, you can only teach somebody so much. So,
Yeah.
I mean, you either know how to like give some top or you don't. You know, you know what I'm
Well,
saying?
that's teachable.
It is, but
Nobody
like,
comes in the world knowing how to give it.
you're right. It is teachable. However, like
Some people
the
are not good
pains of
students.
trying to learn to do it,
No.
they some pains. You know, when 6, 7, 8 months and you're getting terrible top, you start to think. But I just think that
I mean,
we had a
I
whole
understand
we had a whole
it.
podcast on sex and stuff, and it was interesting, very interesting to hear what people said. Maybe I should come back for that one.
Oh,
I'm definitely coming
Yeah.
back for that.
You
one.
get some people.
I'll talk about anything.
We had about 3 people on it. Well, I'm planning on having like a very controversial one where we talk about like abortion and shit like that real shit.
Oh,
But
yeah, I'm all for it.
Not my body, not my choice. Not my business.
Listen. Let's save it. Let's save it.
Okay.
There will be another 30 minutes here if we keep on.
Okay.
My pussy, my choice.
Okay.
But
Shit.
okay, you know what? Fuck it. We went down the hole. So I'm all for your pussy, your choice. But what about this? If I tell you I don't want to have the kid, and you have the kid anyway, should I be financially responsible for that kid?
Sign
You
over
can
your
always.
rights.
I was about to say the same thing. You can always.
If
sign
you don't
over your
want to,
rights.
if you don't want to be a father, and I knew that you didn't want to be a father before I had this kid,
sign over every right.
So what if I did
Right.
not sign them over?
well, then obviously you want to be a daddy. Because
you
just
have
like
a
I could have
choice.
an abortion, you can sign your rights over.
You have you have that choice as a man to
Yes.
sign
I
over
agree.
any legal obligation to this
So-
child.
It's just interesting to me though, because like
Why should I have to go through the pain of having an abortion?
you shouldn't. But if you know that I don't want to have a kid, right? Why should I have to go through the pain of paying when I told you I didn't want to have a kid?
Well, why
Well, if
should
you
know
knew
that, maybe?
that, right? If you knew that you didn't want to
Why
have a
didn't you pull
kid, where's your condom?
Why was your why was your pull-out game weak?
Weak. Where's
No,
your
I
condom?
get that, but see, it's always funny that we always go back to the men, like, oh, he should have pulled out or whatever. But I mean, there's women that poke holes in condoms. There's women that lie about being on birth control, which still to me is not an excuse. Don't nut in her. Never,
Yeah.
never nut in her. Never, ever nut in her.
I will say this: any woman, if a man is upfront with you, if you and saying get together and you are upfront with her, tell her I do not want kids.
Then that's what you don't want. You don't
That's
want
what
kids.
you don't want.
And
And
we-
if
So are
she
you
finds,
saying that-
if she finds a way to poke a hole in a condom or somehow trap you and comes up to you, hey, I'm pregnant. Hey, this is your da da da. Then something's off with her.
Yeah.
Because
Right,
you,
so,
you
yeah.
stated your intentions from
So
the
that's what I was
get-go.
gonna say. So if I say I don't want kids, and then you get pregnant, is it still my fault?
Yes, if you didn't use a condom and you didn't pull out.
It takes
Yes.
two to tango.
No, for sure. But I'm saying like the man usually gets. Well, he didn't. He should have.
If you
Did
didn't
this,
take the
did that.
precautions to keep me from getting pregnant, then yes, it's your fault.
Okay.
Because
Do you have to fuck me if I say I don't have a condom?
no, I don't.
So
But
you
do
have
you
some-
have to? Do you have to fuck
No,
me when
I-
you know you don't have a condom and you don't
I
want
don't.
kids?
But I'm saying like that's my fault and yours.
right, that's both our fault.
But it's never your fault. It's mine. It's always the man. Like, well, you should wear a condom.
Well, I
But why'd
guess.
you
you just
just me?
explained to me earlier that I couldn't have a baby without your sperm.
Well,
I
I
know,
guess
but
it
I'm saying,
goes
like-
back to.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I guess it goes back to the. Well, okay, you didn't want the child. Now we're here, so I'm telling you that hey, I'm pregnant, and this is your chance
To
get
get,
away
to get
from.
this is your out.
This
Yeah.
is your out.
I'm
all
telling
I
you
need-
right now,
all
I'm
I need for you to
pregnant.
do is to come sign a piece of paper saying that I want no legal obligation.
To the
I
baby.
got you.
And don't come back in 5 years and think
No,
you're
I
gonna be a
got
daddy.
you. What I'm saying is that if you tell me
Mm-hmm.
that I'm at fault for not wearing a condom and nutting in you, then how are you also not at fault for fucking me knowing I didn't have a condom? Because the thing is, we always blame the man for that. We always say, well, he should have wore a condom. Why did you fuck him when he have a condom on?
Okay, I can fuck you and you not have a condom on and I still not get pregnant. But
I'm sorry.
if you fuck me without a condom on and you nut on me, that's doubling my chances of getting
Yeah,
pregnant.
because you're not.
So
pulling
you
out.
can't tell me you can't pull out without a condom?
I'm not saying that, but I'm saying that
Because I'm lost.
Yes,
You're-
it's gonna
you're
be my
very
fault
much-
just like it's yours.
But that's not how it gets perceived. It's perceived.
Because you had 2 chances to not get me pregnant
but
within
you,
that same encounter.
But on the same instance, you know that if you fuck me raw, we have a chance of getting pregnant. So if you decide to go down that rabbit hole, now you may not get as much blame as me, right?
Mhm.
I'll probably have to hold a little bit more accountability because I control like the nut and stuff,
Yes.
obviously.
Yes.
Yes.
However, you still laid down knowing the consequences of it too. So you should take some culpability and some blame in that as well.
Of course, it takes
But
two.
but it takes two to tango is usually the line for when the man nuts and the woman, and it's like what it takes two to tango. She fucked me too, even though I got an abortion, but it takes two. He had to get me pregnant. But like I just think that we I'm sorry, it's gonna sound awful again,
Say it.
but
Say it.
like I said, it goes back to what I said earlier, where women don't have a lot of accountability because there's always an out. And society, no offense, coddles women a lot of the time and gives them this.
We're gentle creatures.
But
That's why.
see, my thing is that gentleness and coddling y'all is why like y'all have the say audacity to believe a lot of the things that y'all believe. I think that a lot of women live in like a fairy tale, right?
Mhm.
Because
But
like
can you really blame women though? Can you really blame women on what
Yes.
they believe, or can you blame society
No.
as a whole?
no, I blame
Society
women.
as a whole.
No, I
No,
blame women.
because when you have a daughter,
Yeah.
you're gonna protect her. You're not gonna treat her like you would treat your son. You're gonna coddle your daughter. She's gonna be your princess. You don't want your son to be a mama's boy.
Okay.
So you've already started from the moment that she was born. She's a princess. She's daddy's girl. She's supposed to be treated like this. She's a delicate flower. She's supposed to be this, that, and other. So you're raising her up to be that way. And then we're grown. Now you want us to, hey, you need to stop acting like that. Well, I've been like this my whole life.
Let me kind of go back. So it's women's fault and it's men's fault because men are not putting women in their place when they need to be. You know, like if a woman is finessing you as a man, a lot of men will sit there and continue to be finessed instead of telling her this isn't cool. You need to stop doing that. So the woman,
But
But
why
you're
are y'all
allowing it.
getting
hold on,
finessed?
hold on, hold on. So the woman will continue to finesse this man and continue to finesse other men, and men are getting finessed because they're simps, and men are getting finessed because they don't know, and they're coddled because a man can't tell a woman. It's like I said, it's very hard to be honest with women. A lot of the shit that I say on here, if I was on like a bigger platform, I'd probably get canceled for it. But if a woman, how many women have you heard? Niggas ain't shit. Niggas ain't this. Niggas ain't that. I can't stand these niggas. I hate men. Imagine if a man got on like the air and said, "I hate women." He gone. He canceled. He lost all his shit.
No, I need to know why you hate women, baby. That's my
But
first thing.
Nobody ever says anything when, or it's justified when a woman says, "I hate men." Oh, these niggas ain't shit because all they do is fucking lie and fuck and like.
But you already told me that that's all men do is lie.
No, I said and fuck too.
Well, yeah. So if that's all y'all do is lie and fuck, you can't complain when I say that's all men do is lie and fuck.
But does that mean? But does that give you a reason to hate them though? Because
yes,
women lie
and we fuck.
and fuck.
But yes, that
and
gives-
women finesse and women openly finesse men. Openly.
Why are we finessing y'all? Because of what do y'all want from us? To fuck.
But see, the thing is though, is that y'all will openly finesse a man when they want to fuck, right? Because it's no secret that men want to fuck. And here's another thing too. Like I said, this is what I mean when I say women are coddled. Women will go to a club when it's 20 degrees outside with nothing on, beg men to buy them drinks, beg men to do all these things.
Why you gotta say beg?
Because they do. They don't beg, but they'll shake some
Men are
ass
gonna-
in front of them.
right.
And they'll do all this stuff in front of them. And they'll do all of these things and then get mad when a man expects sex from them.
So you think a $5 drink equals sex?
No, but I'm saying, like, when I say women are coddled, they feel like you can do all these hoe activities and not expect to be treated like a hoe. No consequences to your actions.
That's just like saying a rape victim got raped because of what she had on.
No, but there has to be some accountability in there too.
Bullshit. I can
Yes.
come outside naked.
So
and you
let's
keep your dick.
whoa, whoa, whoa,
No.
whoa, whoa, whoa,
You
whoa, whoa,
should
whoa, whoa,
be
whoa.
able to come outside naked and not. But in reality, you can't.
Right.
So-
Because of men.
Okay, and if you know that and you still decide to do it anyway, you have to hold some accountability. If I go down an alley with $100,000 in my pocket, I shouldn't get robbed.
But
But
nobody's
if
gonna
I
know that it's in your pocket.
no, if I have it out, if I can wave it around, it's my money. I shouldn't get robbed, right? Because it's my money, and robbery is bad. But if I walk down the alley and I get robbed, I don't deserve to be robbed, but I have to take some accountability. I walked down a dark alley where I knew the chances of me getting robbed was higher, and I did something that increased the risk of me getting robbed.
So, because
Listen,
I
I
have a
have some
skirt
blame.
on,
I don't give a damn if I have on a G string and I am walking in the middle of Bourbon Street.
don't
And
touch me if I
as a
don't want to be
woman,
touched.
this is me coming from a woman's perspective. You have no right in any life, this or the next life, to touch anything
You
on
are
my body.
100% correct.
You may ask for permission and get denied,
You
but you
are-
have no right to take any part
And
of my
men
body.
can't
You
handle
are
rejection.
one- and
Y'all
you're right.
cannot
And I'm
handle
not saying I'm
rejection.
not I'm not
You're
I'm not
100%
saying
right.
I'm not saying I know that you. I'm saying this. To me, it would be just like saying that as a child, and I know we got to end this and close this real soon, so I'm gonna say this real quick. So as a child, I was molested from the time I was 8 until the time I was 13, and it was by a family member. Not one time did I deserve that. But because I'm young, dumb, and don't know no better, you think I deserved it? Because who's to say that my basketball shorts wasn't too tight and this guy looked at me like, oh yeah, he wearing tight clothes, he wants to be a woman. Da, da, da. You can't say that.
No, and I didn't say that you
No,
deserve.
not
No, in general, I'm saying people don't deserve. Nobody deserves to be
But
raped.
he's got to be held
No.
accountable for it because of what
No,
he
no,
had
no.
on.
Well, first off, when you're a kid, it's a little different. That's
Okay.
a whole different thing. But
Okay.
when you're a woman, right? And look, here's the thing: if you know the danger, and you still do things to cause that danger to go up, then you have to take some responsibility in it. Nobody in here like denies that men are thirsty, perverted creatures, right?
All right.
And you know that if a man sees a woman on anywhere shaking ass in short clothing, they're gonna try to shoot their shot. Most men will.
and that's fine. There's nothing
Okay.
wrong with you
Oh,
shooting.
no, no,
a
no.
shot.
And you're
I'm
right.
listening,
You're
I'm
right. You're
listening.
right. So you're saying that when you walk down Beale Street with a thong on or whatever, a G-string on, butt naked with nothing on, nobody should touch you. And you're correct. Nobody should touch you. But are they?
Yeah, most likely they are.
Does
yeah.
it heighten your chances if you walk down the Beale Street with a baggy hoodie on and baggy pants on? Are they going to probably try to approach you? Probably. But the likelihood of them approaching you with that on, as opposed to with a G-string on, way different.
Approaching, I guess I
Well,
need
and-
to approaching and touching.
But I'm saying it's the same thing in the club because when you make yourself look available, then and you do things to make it seem like you're more available, then men are going to capitalize on that opportunity because like I said, men already struggle to get pussy. So if you're making it appear that it's easier to get by doing hoish things, then men are going to jump on that opportunity.
But that doesn't give you a right to insert your dick in my pussy.
Nobody is saying that it
So
gives
you're
them the
saying-
right to do that.
You're saying-
I'm saying that men are going to do that. And if you know that men are going to do that, and really and truthfully, most rape doesn't even happen from what you're wearing. But I'm saying like if you're getting harassed or sexually assaulted, because sexually assault SA covers a wide variety of things. Even like me touching your leg right now would be SA. So like if it comes to stuff like that, you have to have some responsibility for what you do. Because you can't just go out into the world and do things and expect people to take the moral high ground. This world is a cruel place and people are going to do some fuck shit. And if you know that they're going to do the fuck shit and you still do it anyway, then you have to have some blame in that.
Well,
Some
that's why,
accountability,
as a
excuse me.
woman, I'll tell any woman if you're going out, whether it's club, out to eat, Walmart, take you something with you.
Yes, and see, and that's
Have it
that's
cocked
another
and
thing.
have it ready.
That's another thing. Same analogy. If I'm walking down the alley with $100,000 and I'm waving it around, but I have 10 niggas with me and we got guns and stuff, I'm mitigating the risk, right? So you can still put yourself in a risky situation, but like if you have on all this stuff and you're twerking or whatever, but you got a group of girls with you or you got some guys with you, right? A little different. But if you go there by yourself, right, and you do, or you go with some people that'll leave you, right, in the middle of the night, like they left with a dude and left you by yourself. Like I said, do you deserve to get raped? or harassed, absolutely not. But
You're gonna get it.
it's very highly likely that it's going to happen. And so if you know that and you still do it anyway, you cannot like that's why I say there's no accountability because like my if I let my daughter like go to a job interview with some bummy ass clothes on, I know the likelihood of her not getting the job is very high. So I'm gonna have to hold some accountability in that because like I know that if you dress better, your chances will go up. So I can't send her into a bad situation and then be like, well, they just didn't want to hire you because you're black or because you're a woman or something. No, you came in here knowing that they weren't going to hire you because you were dressed like shit. And I let you go in there dressed like shit. You walked out of the house dressing like shit. So you have to take some accountability in the fact that you dress like shit. Not that even if they didn't hire you because you were black or even if you got harassed, you don't deserve to be harassed, but it's going to increase the likelihood. Does that mean that the people still that the people shouldn't have blame for harassing you? Absolutely, they should be blamed for harassing you or raping you. They should have no like they should be punished to the fullest extent of the law. But if I was somebody's father, why the fuck was you at the first off, the club in general is a place known for one night stands and hookups and all kinds of shit like that. So you're going there with shaking ass and wearing very loose clothing, and you know that the club is littered with men that are looking to fuck, you're gonna have to have some kind of culpability in that.
Okay, so what happens if a woman what?
I don't want to be the bad news.
You gotta go.
Yeah, we're going to wrap it up. I gotta go somewhere.
Yeah, me too.
He got a pineapple upside down. God damn it.
I'm glad you know what they are.
So,
Man, well,
No,
listen, I've enjoyed it.
I really hope TJ like that we're able to come back.
Oh,
have
Yes, I definitely
have
enjoyed
a
it.
more depth, controversial discussion because
Yeah.
because I'm willing to talk about anything.
We've
So,
delved in some controversy
Yeah,
today,
some
Yeah.
and
stuff
also too, like you said, what
some stuff need to be addressed. And
Yeah.
said.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I was gonna say, like as y'all, I mean, you saw it on that post that you commented on. Engagement has been down a lot. It's the first podcast I've done in God knows how long, probably about 2-3 weeks, so probably more than that. So, man, I'm getting blown up. So, yeah. So, yeah. So if y'all want to come back, just hit me up. I do it every Saturday at 7, or try to. I try to do it a little earlier, but I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah, somebody said 7, and we showed up at what 7:10.
No,
Black
7:10 is
people are
fine.
never on time.
People are always late.
7:05.
Yes.
I said 5 at first, but then I pushed it back because I wanted to take a nap. So yeah, so I said 6, and he said let's just do 7. I said that's perfect. So, yeah, but I do this every weekend. So if y'all want to, and add me on Facebook because
Okay.
I'll be posting like clips from this, and I'll tag y'all in them. So
That's fine.
Okay.
Definitely do that.
all right, well, final thoughts, and then we'll get up out of here.
I enjoyed myself. I hope to come back, and I liked it. I'm open to talk about anything.
Overall, good experience. Definitely did learn a lot
Yes.
from a different perspective of things.
Yes.
Some things that I have to,
I'm gonna let them marinate.
yes.
Yeah.
Good,
And
good.
then have a response at a later time because it's going to be one of those. Hey, well, the last time we were here, let's go back to the last time we were here. And
Yeah.
da, da, da,
Yeah.
you know.
Definitely.
I'm definitely a different dude. A lot of
Yeah.
I get into a lot of debates on Facebook, if you probably can't tell, because a lot of my views and stuff are a little different. To say the least.
Yeah. I stay in Facebook jail. So.
Oh well. All right. Well, if you guys enjoyed the podcast, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, share the video. I'm gonna holler at y'all on the next one, man. Y'all be easy.